Hello my loves, welcome to my channel Son of Stars and welcome to today's pick a card reading. So as you can tell by the title, this is your sign from spirit, from the universe. This might also be an answer to your question, okay? Basically that's my intention when I do these readings. Like, you have thoughts in your mind, you have questions, why, where, when. Spirit wants to give you like an answer to your questions or your thoughts, or you literally have been praying for a sign or have been praying for clarity. That's why I'm here. Okay, so we're basically going to look at what you need to hear right now, what your spirit guides, what God, the universe, whoever, whatever you want to call it, wants you to know at this point in time. For anybody who's new, my name is Cynthia and I'm going to read your cards today. But anyway, so in the next step you can choose between 3 images or 3 symbols, and I'm going to see you in your reading, guys, and we're just basically going to dive right into what you need to hear right now. This might be a sign, this might be an answer to your prayer, this might be exactly what you needed to hear, or a direct answer to a thought that you had in your mind, okay? Hopefully I can bring a lot of clarity to you guys. So I don't want to talk too much. In the next clip you choose between 3 images. If you feel super duper indecisive, you can go on Google, find a number generator and talk to your spirit guides or talk to God to lead you in the right direction. And the number generator is going to spit out a number, and that's basically the message that spirit wants you to hear at this point in time, okay? So without further ado, I'm going to see you in your reading, guys. Hello my lovely pal number 1, welcome to your reading, guys. So pal number 1, when I was shuffling your cards, spirit brought so many messages to me that I had to rush to film, because you know, as a reader the messages come in the very moment and you have to say them in the very moment. And the first thing, before I show you the cards, if you are new here, I usually channel the energy and then I show you the cards here and there. The first thing that I heard is, it is not your fault, or it is not entirely your fault. You could be asking yourself why something is really hard for you. I pick up like a strong energy here where it has really been hard for you to do something even though you try your best. I'm picking up a strong energy of like you're really trying your best, but it is something is progressing very slowly. For example, you really try your best to heal from something, and it takes you a very long time. So basically what I'm picking up here is something about where you have been very patient, or you have been really trying to get something done. I pick up like a strong energy here where you really have been trying to succeed at something. For example, you have been trying to succeed with weight loss. You have been trying to succeed with your healing, with your therapy. You have been trying to succeed with overcoming a certain addiction. There's something about, I feel like you have put a lot of effort and a lot of patience into something, or you are currently in the energy of really trying your best to succeed at something. For example, you finally want to get another job, you finally want to get your business going. For others of you, it doesn't have, because it's going to be different for everybody, because it's a lot of you guys watching, but I pick up like a strong energy here that you put a lot of energy and effort and thought and sweat and tears into something. Again, this could be literally anything. For example, you know you have social anxiety and you really want to meet people and you really try your best. You journal, you meditate, you do this, you do that, and you feel like you it's getting better, or you can feel the progress, but it's not a lot. For others of you, it could be literally like weight loss, something about you really tried to get all the money to finally move. For a lot of you guys, it's going to be different. For others of you, it's more on a healing. Let me actually see what you have been working on, because I feel like for some of you guys it has something to do with healing. You have been trying to heal. May that be literally your body, like physically, or you have been trying to heal mentally, where you are very much aware that, hey, if I want my life to look different, my thoughts have to be different, or I have to heal something inside of me in order to, I don't know, be ready for something. Does that make sense? I feel like you have been very self-aware. You have been very self-aware that you need to change something. Like, if I want to be successful at something, I need to change something about the way that I do something, the way that I think, something about maybe I need to heal something in my mind, in my body, in my spirit. Maybe I need to change my diet. I feel like you guys have been very, like, again, self-aware that in order for you to be successful at something, it could be literally anything. It could even be love. It could be being successful at manifesting, successful at moving, successful at finding a job, getting a job, this and that, this and that. You have been very self-aware. Let me see what you have been working on. And again, I'm hearing it's not your fault, okay? So the first message from your spirit guides, what you need to hear right now is that this whole situation that you're currently in is not your fault. You might be feeling very heavy and dense energy around you. You might notice that it is very hard for you to get things done, or you can feel like a difference, like, back in the days it was so easy for me to talk to people, but nowadays I feel like something is stopping me. Or does that make sense? Or back in the days it was so easy for you to eat healthy, but now something is like stopping you. Or something about where back in the day something was easier for you than now. Or something about where you notice like something is a lot harder than you thought. Or how can I explain that? Again, where you put a lot of energy and effort into something and usually you see progress. I also feel like an energy where you have been trying to be disciplined, you have been trying to be focused, like you really genuinely put your 100% into something is what I'm picking up here. And that's why Spirit is saying this whole situation that you're currently going through is not entirely your fault, okay? Something about what Spirit is trying to tell you right now is whatever you are going through right now, I'm also hearing an energy where you have been more self-destructive, or you felt a very self-destructive energy in the air. Does that make sense? You have been noticing that you have thoughts that are more negative, more filled with self-hatred. Maybe it was way easier for you to love yourself and accept yourself and shine and talk to people back in the days, and something has changed. You have been feeling a change. You have been feeling a change in the energy. Something has been feeling heavy. Something has been feeling you have to put a lot more energy into something. It was way easier for you back in the days or just a few weeks ago. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like you need double the amount of energy to do something. You need double the amount of energy to get something done. Something about where you feel like something is pulling on your energy, or something is dragging you back, or something about every time you succeed you feel like you are experiencing a setback. Does that make sense? So you go one step forward and then something is like 2 steps backwards. For example, you heal from one thing, then the other thing is coming. You heal from one thing, then the other thing is like appearing. For example, I don't know, like you had you heal like one thing and then you're like, oh, finally I'm over it. And then, then there's another thing that you need to heal. I don't know how to explain it, but for me, it almost feels like, again, you walk 3 steps forward and then you get dragged back 2 steps backwards, or something about, yeah, that's what it is. Something about where you feel like something is like keeps appearing, or how can I explain it? And again, it's going to be different for you guys. It's something about where you really try your best to, and I'm also picking up an energy where you have been feeling a lot of mood swings. So on one day you feel like you can conquer the world and stuff like that, and you have a lot of energy, and then the next day you feel completely drained. Now again, what Spirit wants you to know is this whole situation is not entirely your fault. There is another person that is influencing what is going on in your life. They're trying to play God. I'm gonna be very honest with you guys, okay? Spirit is telling me, because even if you are not a tarot reader, okay? You are not a tarot reader, but somebody's asking you to read these cards. I'm going to show them to you and you tell me what you see, okay? Even if you are not a tarot reader, you have no freaking idea, okay? So First of all, we have the card Nonsense. It says it's time to talk sense. And you can see Alice and the evil Queen of Hearts, right? So that's card number 1. Keep that in mind. Then we have the card here, Seduction. It says allure, desire, manipulation. Okay, the second card that came out. Even if you are not a tarot reader, just pick up the energy. What do you see? What do you feel? For some of you guys, it's a confirmation you have been feeling like somebody's influencing your energy, somebody's influencing your thoughts, somebody's influencing your mood, somebody's influencing kind of like, again, every time you are around this person, you get drained or you feel very drained, or there's like a, you don't understand why you go 3 steps forward and 2 steps backwards, where you put so much energy and effort into something, or for example, you sleep a lot and you're still tired. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't make sense. And that's the whole point, okay? Now we also have here the card Energy. Again, put them all together, these cards, okay? Because I want you to see what I see. And I'm also hearing you see clearly. So for some of you guys, you had a suspicion. You had a suspicion that somebody around you is an energy vampire. Again, we're going to talk about it. Or that there's another person who is influencing. You know how when you do something, for example, you are writing something, you are cooking something, and you are in your own energy, and then another person's entering the room, and as they look at you, they influence how you do things, and you sometimes cannot even control it. Do you guys know that? For example, there's like a guy watching you walking, and all of a sudden you get all stiff and stuff like that, and you cannot even control it. It's your body, you know, like, because, you know, you start to get stiff, or you start to get nervous, or your hands start to sweat. That's what it feels like to me here in energy. Does that make sense? So you feel like you're just walking, you're just doing your own thing, but there's another person watching you. And as they are watching you, they are affecting your energy. Your hands start to sweat. You don't know why your hands start to sweat, or something about you get very stiff because there's another person's energy influencing you. I also feel like there was a experiment, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know what it is called. Let me know that in the comments. But I feel like there was like a experiment in science, how watching an experiment somehow affects the outcome, or something about how molecules or atoms, or how something was like responding to, you know, like when there was a difference in the result when people were watching the experiment. What was it called? I don't know what it is called. I hope you guys know where I'm coming from, or what it means. In case you do not, please let me know that in the comments. And then there was like an experiment where they were you know, like describing how another molecule is influencing the other molecule, or I don't know if it was people watching the experiment changed the result or changed the outcome, as if the experiment was not under observation. I think it was something about the split experiment, the slot split. I don't know what it is. Okay. But coming back, so we have here the words Nonsense, it's time to talk sense. Then we have Seduction, Allure, Desire, Manipulation. Now put these 2 words together: manipulation, energy. Manipulation, energy. If that's not enough, we also have here the Devil in reverse. Put these energies together: manipulation, energy, devil. Devil, energy. Manipulation, energy. Nonsense, energy. Do you see where I'm coming from? So Spirit wants you to know that I feel like the reason why it is harder for you to get something done, it's harder for you to get out of bed, you feel drained out of fucking nowhere, or maybe you also have been noticing that you get sick a lot more, or something about your body is acting weird, or something about, again, where you heal one thing and then the next thing pops up, and then you heal one thing and then the next thing pops up, or something about you've been noticing that you are a lot more self-destructive, or your thoughts are a lot more self-destructive. For others of you, it really has been hard for you to either accept or love yourself, or to somehow be at peace with yourself or who you are. Okay, again, there is another person that is influencing whatever you are currently going through. This is a person who is hyper focused on you. This person is watching you, or this person is very hyper focused on you. Let me tell you why. Okay, because we have here the card Romance, and it says love is set to sizzle. The chance for romance is high for those seeking a connection. Let me tell you something. I feel like there is a person in your life. I don't know who this is. For some of you guys, you already cut this person off. Okay, for some of you guys, this is old news. For some of you guys, this is old news. You already know who this person is. You have been cutting them out of your life. But the aftermath, the damage that they have done, you're still dealing with it, okay? Because just imagine, you have been maybe spending time with this person for 2 years, 1 year, for 3 years. Maybe you have been living with them for years. Maybe it's even your own parents. Meaning that in your auric field, in your energy bubble, okay, in your DNA, you have to imagine that their toxic energy is still somehow in your system and you are in the process of purging it, okay? So you're literally detoxing. You are in a detox energy from this person's toxic energy, okay? Because shaking hands, energy transfer is real. Shaking hands, talking to somebody. Again, we're going to dive into it a little bit more. But Spirit wants you to know what you are currently going through is that you are releasing the toxic energy that you have absorbed by being with another person. Maybe they have been doing it behind the closet, like you haven't been noticing it, okay? Because even thoughts are energy. When another person has very negative thoughts about you, okay, and you spend time with them day in and day out, or maybe you sleep next to them, okay, I'm hearing for some of you guys, you have been sleeping next to the enemy. I'm gonna be very honest, we're gonna talk about it in a second, but just imagine if there is a person who's hyper focused on you, every day they think about you, every day they think about, you know, have very negative thoughts when it comes to you. It's energy. Everything is energy. Even thoughts are energy. And yes, thoughts that other people have. That's where the whole thing of praying comes in, right? Where people pray for other people. That's where it all comes from, because other people's thoughts and other people's prayers can influence you, okay? So other people's thoughts can influence you, especially if they have access to you. Especially if these people are in your home, especially if these people are like laying next to you, especially if you if they have a access to you, or they can see you daily. Okay, if there's people you know, they are far away from you, it's going to be harder for them, or it's going to be harder for their energy to penetrate your energy. Just imagine that everybody has an energy bubble around them. That's why you also feel good in the presence of certain people. That's why you feel inspired in the presence of certain people. That's why you feel like you want to dance and you want to laugh and you want to be goofy in the energy of certain people, right? And then other people, their energy is very destructive. Their energy is very like, maybe they complain a lot, or maybe they just have like very negative thoughts. And their thoughts, again, thoughts are waves, okay? Thoughts are waves, thoughts are energy. So just imagine this is your bubble, and next to you is a person with a very dark energy, or again, they have like this, they intentionally think bad stuff about you, or they cannot, it's almost this energy where somebody is so obsessed with you that think that it's kind of like it's a fine line between admiring you and hating you. And we're going to talk about why this person is doing that, because again, we have Alice and the Evil Queen here, which tells me this is not just you. This is not just your energy. Whatever you're currently, the problem is that it is not just your energy, okay? It's something about where you are in the process of purifying yourself, that something is only your energy, okay? Because there was something about two energies mixing, like your energy mixing with another person's energy, your thoughts mixing with another person's thoughts. Telepathy is very much real, you know? Something about where the answer to your question is that you need to purify, or you are in the process of purifying yourself from another person's energy. Again, just imagine you have an energy bubble around you, okay? And your energy bubble is one color. And then there's another person, and their energy is also, I'm also hearing for some of you guys that their energy is like the contradiction of you. Because if you mix with people that have a similar energy to you, then the effect is not that big, or it's not like, it doesn't affect you as much, because you both have the same energy anyway. Just imagine your energy is like pink, or I don't know, for some reason I'm seeing like your aura, and I'm seeing like I'm seeing pastel colors, so maybe pastel colors are significant in your life. I'm seeing pink, pastel green. I'm seeing pastel purple and yellow. Just imagine this is like your energy or your auric field, okay? And then other people have a similar energy, so when you guys come together, it's not a difference. Does that make sense? So It's like it's not you, the color of your aura doesn't change because these people have a similar energy to you. But just imagine, like, because spirit is showing me like colors, like in a palette, or like when you are like a painter, then the other person's energy, their aura is dark, their aura is black, or their aura is like a very muddy energy, muddy color. That's what the aura is. Now you come in contact with this person, and your vibrant color, your pastel blue, your pastel pink, your pastel, like your energy, when you come in contact with this person's energy, your colors start to mix with this person's color. Does that make sense? So all of a sudden your auric field is not the color that it was originally. Now it is a mixture of the other person's energy and auric field and your energy. So all of a sudden this muddy energy that they have, it comes to you. And that's why you are going through whatever you are currently going through. You are in the process of detoxing from a very toxic person. I feel like for a lot of you guys, you have been either living with this person, you have been seeing them daily. This is a person that has been very close to you, because how can a person influence you so much so that they almost change who you are if they don't have access to you? This has to be a person that is somehow around you. This is a person that somehow had a lot of access to you over the years. I even feel like an energy where this has been a process over years, or at least a few months, okay? Because again, this person, I'm hearing you slept next to this person, you went traveling with this person, you maybe lived with this person. For some of you guys, you already cut this person off, but again, you are dealing with the aftermath. Okay, whatever you're currently going through right now, not knowing who you are, feeling lost, not being able to love yourself, and again, we are going to talk about why. So with the Romance card, for some odd reason, Spirit is telling me this person has been jealous because there was another person that really loved you. Let me give you an example. This is going to be different for all of you. This could be a parent who has a favorite child. Okay, this could be a parent who has a favorite child and they're not good at, hiding it. So because I feel like you have been the favorite of somebody, you have been the favorite student of a teacher, you have been the favorite child of your parents, maybe you have been the favorite one out of a friend circle. Maybe your friend, you are like in a group, but kind of like an energy where you are the it girl or the it guy, or something about where usually people like you the most. I'm also hearing the song by, it's a mix or like a remix by Drake and Licky Lee. And it's called A Little Bit. Okay, and in the song he says, she is just jealous because you always get approached more. So the reason why all of this is happening, because you maybe have had problems with muddled thinking, or it's not easy for you to think clearly, or maybe you feel like you have thoughts that you want to battle, or you have certain thoughts and you feel like, for some of you guys, this person could also drive a motorcycle, or something about a motorcycle could be significant, because there was a guy on a motorcycle, so maybe like a bike or a motorcycle could be significant. It's kind of like a sign for you, or Spirit wants to, like mention it because it's going to make sense to somebody. Because now again, do you see, like, I lost my train of thought because of this person outside driving with the motorcycle. So I feel like maybe you had a lot of problems with keeping your energy up, where you feel low on energy. Maybe you have been again feeling a very heavy energy in the air. Maybe you felt like, I don't know what's going on, but I feel like very heavy. Maybe you have been also seeing like how can I say that? Something about where you felt like something is very heavy or very dense, or maybe it was not easy for you to breathe. Maybe it's not easy for you to wake up or something. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like a heavy energy. You felt a very heavy energy, or something about it's harder for you to stay focused, to stay committed. It's harder for you to kind of like have positive thoughts about yourself, because again, the reason why all of this is coming up, Spirit is saying you have been the favorite of somebody, but it drove another person crazy. So someone is very, very jealous of the love that you receive. Again, this could be the love of a father, where you are maybe your dad's or your mom's favorite, and somebody is jealous of that. For others of you, this could be literally your boss or your manager likes you, and somebody has a crush on the manager or the boss, but the boss maybe has a crush on you. Maybe they don't even have a crush on you. Maybe they just like you. Maybe they just really praise you or talk very positively about you. And it has been pissing somebody off. Okay. For others of you, this could also be maybe, for example, you have been very... Wow, for some of you guys, I'm also saying you have been very successful with something, with the success card here. You have been very successful maybe with manifesting money. You have been very successful with building something. Maybe you are successful with your business or something along those lines. Or there was like a huge miracle coming to you to the point where people felt like you are God's favorite child. Okay. For others of you, again, this could also be, I'm also picking up very strongly a baby mama or a karmic, where maybe there was a woman or a man that stole your partner away from you, but they know in their heart that their partner still is obsessed with you. So does that make sense, where somebody has been very, very jealous of how loved and how admired you are by a certain people or by a group of people, or that you always get approached more. Maybe you get approached more by men or by women, and for them it's not that easy to get approached by men or by women. For some of you guys, this person has been literally jealous of your relationship. Maybe you are very newly in a relationship. Maybe you are married, and for some of you guys, this is the ex of your boyfriend, the ex of your girlfriend. This is the ex baby mama, or like the baby mama, or something about where this is also the energy of an ex, either from your side or from the side of your partner, in case you are in a relationship. Something about where somebody has been extremely jealous how loved and appreciated you are by another person, or that you are somebody's favorite, or at least that's how they feel. They feel like you were favored, or you are favored, or somebody loves you, or something about where... Why do you always get approached, or something about why is it so easy for you to manifest? Why is it so easy for you to get approached by men, get approached by women? This person has been extremely jealous that you are loved. There's something about, because again, with the romance card, I feel like maybe you also have been noticing that you get a lot more attention recently in your love life, or kind of like where people approach you and stuff like that. And again, it has been pissing somebody off. It could also be multiple people, okay? Maybe there's also like a golden thread where this always has been a problem, where you don't even try to do all of that, but maybe you have been like the favorite of your teacher, and then people started to bully you because they saw that your teacher likes you, like in a way where your teacher really maybe resonates with you. Maybe your teacher used to be an artist, you are an artist, so you guys talk, and then people are like jealous of how you are favored by a teacher, you are favored by a parent, you are favored by a person, or maybe you just get a lot of love from people, a lot of compliments, and it has been driving somebody around you crazy. Somebody has been so pissed about the love that you receive, or the recognition that you receive, or even the eyes that are on you. Maybe they've been noticing, oh, a lot of men look at you, a lot of women look at you, and they've been very pissed. So what was their plan? Their plan was to fuck up your self-love. Okay, something about, oh, where, listen to me, this person has been laying next to you, sitting next to you, looking you into the eyes, and let me tell you what their thoughts were. Oh, pile number one is not that great. I don't even know why everybody likes pile number one. Or I hope pile number one, like becomes fat. Or I hope pile number one, something about where a person has been wishing, and I'm gonna be very honest here, a person has been wishing that what people admire about you, that you lose it. For example, I don't know, there's something that people really admire about you, and somebody has been sending like an evil eye or negative energy towards why people admire you. Maybe it's your discipline. So they have been praying that you become less disciplined, or something about where they just have been their thoughts were very dark and dirty and negative. And again, I feel like, the thing about telepathy is, because telepathy is a real thing. So they have these thoughts, right? Oh, pie number one is not that great. Pie number one is this. Pie number one is that. Or, pie number one will never succeed. I hope they don't succeed. They have these thoughts. You sit next to this person, and telepathy, the waves, come to you. All of a sudden, you go home and you have these thoughts in your mind. Oh, I'm never gonna succeed, I'm ugly, I don't know why people like me, kind of like an imposter syndrome, okay? Something about, I don't know why people like me, I don't even know why I was chosen for the job, I'm not even good at it. It's not entirely again, this is not just your energy, this is another person's energy, or how another person's energy influences you. This person is, I literally feel like this person has been obsessed, or they have been really praying for your downfall. I'm gonna be very blunt and very honest with you guys, okay? Because again, there's something about where people felt like, or this person felt like you are so, loved and admired and favored, or things work out for you. And it's like, why is your life so easy and mine is so, why is my life so bullshit and your life is so easy? Why is it so easy for you to manifest love? Why is it so easy for you to manifest money? Why is it so easy for you to manifest new friends? Why is it so easy for you to talk to people and network? So somebody has been, like, for example, very jealous of your ability to talk to people or to charm people or to network with people. So they wanted you to be isolated. Somebody has been very, like, jealous of your popularity. So they wanted to, wanted you to become like a loner. Somebody wanted the attention that you had on you. They wanted it on them. Okay, and again, for some of you guys, this has been a golden thread. You have been going through this for years, since in elementary school. You have been going through this for years, okay? For some of you guys, this could be your parents, but I feel like for a lot of you guys, this person has been doing that for years and you haven't been noticing it, okay? Or something about where this person has been jealous of you for years, but, it becoming out of control to the point where their energy is really attacking you, or their energy is really influencing you, or they really try to kind of like stop your destiny, drag you down, was because you were recently successful with something. Maybe you successfully got your dream job. Maybe you successfully manifested an apartment. Maybe there was a lot of success coming to you in your business. Maybe you successfully, like, I don't know, like, attracted a very interesting man, very interesting woman, okay? Or something about you successfully manifested like new friends into your life, where you have been, I feel like you have been succeeding at something recently, okay? You have been succeeding at something recently, or people feel like you are very close to success, okay? They can smell that you're going to be successful. They feel like when they look at you, they have this feeling that there's something unique about you, okay? And I feel like that has been triggering. I feel like these people have been jealous of you for years, but it hasn't been like out of control. Or these people, like these people maybe always, had very bad thoughts about you, kind of like where they saw you as lesser than them. For some of you guys, listen to me. For some of you guys, these people have been looking at you as you are lesser than them. Maybe you are, how do you say that, a late bloomer. So they haven't been perceiving you as a threat. I'm gonna say it, for some of you guys, people even have been befriending you because you didn't threaten their confidence, kind of like where there were certain people around you, they felt like, I feel good in pile number one's presence because pile number one is a loser just like me. So then when you do succeed and they start to see, oh, pile number one might not be a loser, they might just be a late bloomer, they might just need more time, or where they see that you have a lot more strength or a lot more discipline than they thought, or a lot more energy than they thought, or again, a lot more favor from spirit than they thought, a lot more power than they thought, then they want to attack you, or they want to kind of like drag you down, or all of a sudden you become a problem. You haven't been a problem until you started to become successful. Until you started to successfully lose weight, there hasn't been no problem, or again, their jealousy was tamed, almost to the point where it was invisible, or it was like in the closet. They could hide their jealousy. Now that you are starting to succeed, or now that manifestations start to come in, or you have been successful with something recently, okay, it could be as small as, I don't know, like successfully going on a date, or something about where you start to go back out again, you start to lose weight, or your style is changing, or something, or you really have been feeling yourself, okay? Now you are a threat to them. Does that make sense? You haven't been a threat. They have been thinking you were lower than them, so they have been very comfortable in your energy because at least I'm better than pile number one. I'm feeling good in pile number one's presence because I'm better than them. I'm smaller than them. I have more money than them, or whatever, whoever, or I am thicker or curvier than them. I don't know what these people have been thinking, okay? And now that you are starting to become successful, or now that you start to become very powerful, because they can see it, they can either see it in your eyes, the way that you talk, maybe you voice your opinion a lot more with the nonsense card, because this talks about standing up against the bully, or telling somebody, like telling somebody about themselves, like being very, being more courageous. I'm literally hearing the lyrics by Doja Cat where she says, I'm finally not afraid anymore to say something with my chest. Okay, something about where you have been saying something with your chest, or you have been a lot more open. For some of you guys, it's a call for you to do so. You have to cut this person off, or at least you have to kind of like protect yourself from this person's energy. Okay, again, we're going to talk about it because I want to help you guys with that situation. So for some of you guys, you already cut this person off, and ever since you have been cutting them out of your life, they had a whole mission. You know, they had a whole mission like, oh, you cut me out of your life? Well, you know, like, you're gonna get your karma for cutting me out of your life. Not knowing or not noticing that you cut them out of your life because they have been toxic in the first place. You wouldn't have had to cut them off if they weren't so negative, so toxic, and so self-destructive, right? Maybe you have been trying to help these people. Hey, you know, this needs to change. It cannot go on like that. You had a lot of patience with these people, or like, yeah, you're supposed to help me, but you have been helping them for years, and it's time for them to help themselves. But instead of helping themselves, they blame you for not helping them. Does that make sense? So I feel like for a lot of you guys, there has been a vendetta or a mission to kind of like send you negative energy, or they have been checking in every other week, every other day, to see like, oh, I hope, you know, like, there's something you know, bad coming to pile number one for hurting me and stuff like that. Okay, even though it's not valid. Okay, so because the evil queen, she was easily offended. Okay, this is a person who gets easily offended. They get easily offended. They take things too personally. For example, you tell them, hey, you know, like, I want to be friends, I don't want to be in a relationship. They take it so personally, like, oh, you did this to me, even though you were just, where people take you setting boundaries, or you giving boundaries, or you speaking your truth, they perceive it as disrespect, and they perceive it as, who are you to talk to me like that, even though you maybe said it very respectfully. And even if you didn't, everybody makes mistakes. Okay, so there's something about where these people are easily offended. They get easily offended. They even get offended by your lifestyle. They get offended by your lifestyle. Okay, these people are like, these people, they don't have a tough skin. They act as though they have a tough skin, but they get so easily defended. Okay, everything for them is disrespectful, or everything for them, it's kind of like where, again, the evil queen, she always was screaming in Alice, oh, cut this person's head off, even though this person was just, you know, like saying, hey, I want to, you know, I don't want to be here, I want to go elsewhere. Does that make sense? So again, these people are very easily offended. They are very entitled. Everybody who says no to them needs to get punished. Everybody that, do you know what I mean? This is like an evil queen who feels like the whole world has to revolve around her. Everything has to go according to her plan, as if she is God or something along those lines. And then when you say like, oh, I want to eat something about where this person has been, you could have also noticed that this person is like, they always try to tell you what to do. Like, they have to control people. Something about, they have to control people. They have to tell people what to do. Where when you know, like, say, hey, I want to go here, and it's like a whole discussion, a whole fight, a whole argument, just because you want to go to a different restaurant, or something about where these people, again, they just treated you as though like you have to listen to them. They are above you, or something about, I'm older than you, I know better, or do you know what I mean? Or I have more money than you, I'm better than you, something along those lines. I don't know what this is. Okay, and again, I feel like this person they have been on a mission. They have been on a mission to kind of like send you negative energy, to make you feel bad. They have been checking in every other week to see if you received your karma or whatever, or something along those lines. Or they have been you know, like, watching every other day, like if you found somebody, because they want you to stay single, or something along those lines. It's very weird. Okay, again, for others of you, something about where they have been very jealous of your beauty, and they wanted you to lose your beauty. They wanted you to lose your charm. They wanted you to isolate yourself, so nobody sees how beautiful you are. I'm being brought to Cinderella, where they locked her in the tower so the prince doesn't see her. That's what it feels like to me here. I'm gonna be very honest. Okay, they feel like, these people feel like when you are there, everybody looks at you, or you are so sweet and so kind that everybody likes you and nobody looks at them. Maybe they even have been saying something along the lines of like, every time you are there, nobody's listening to me, nobody's, you know, like, talking to me, or people always look at you, or people always approach you, and it has been like in the condescending tone. Again, I feel like for a lot of you guys, this has been jealousy that has been creeping in for years. You have been maybe friends with these people for years, or maybe it's like a co-worker that you have been suspicious of for years. But again, it might be that it got out of control, it got out of hand recently because of something, okay? I don't know, because of some type of success, or because these people notice that your power becomes stronger, or that you voice your opinion a lot more. So now they get even more frustrated, right? And that's why you have been feeling the way you have been feeling. You literally have been under attack energetically. Maybe for some of you guys, it has been literally where somebody has been sending you like negative comments, emails. I'm also hearing something about bad mouthing you, talking badly about you behind your back. Let me see. And what Spirit wants you to know is you are still, first of all, you are healing from it, okay? So Spirit wants you to know you're going to come out as you're going to be successful with overcoming this evil eye. Because I feel like, again, this is not just, oh, I'm jealous of pile number one, you know, like, I'm jealous of pile number one and, you know, I don't feel good in their presence. It's not even that, because, you know, sometimes you cannot help but get jealous. But what you need to do is you need to go home, sit down, ask yourself, why do you feel jealous and stuff like that, and really like go on a quest. Where does my jealousy come from? Because it's not good, you know, or it's not, it can become like it can become something serious if you don't deal with it early on. And I pick up like a strong energy here where some type of jealousy has been piling up in somebody's heart and somebody's soul, and it's out of control recently. And I pick up an energy where Spirit wants you to know is you're going to come out of this evil eye successfully. But again, this person already had access to you, this person already cooked for you, this person already, you laid next to this person, okay? So this person's energy already has been like, you already came in contact with this person's energy, so now you need time to purge it out of your system, out of your mind, out of your energy. And that's why you have been feeling it's a process, okay? It's kind of like, you just imagine where you have a wound, okay? Everything that you see physically also applies energetically or spiritually. So you literally have a wound. You have a wound spiritually, okay? You have like a scar or a wound spiritually in your energy field, okay? Or in your thinking, because this person has been around you. You have been in contact with their energy, okay? It has been, you know, it has been interfering with your energy, okay? So you basically have a wound spiritually, energetically, and this wound is healing now. The aftermath, the shady aftermath. Okay, and I'm also hearing the song by Eminem, Eeny Weeny, or like, why are you being so mean? You're a mean man. Okay, so I'm gonna link it down in the description box, but somebody has been so jealous of you. They have been a meanie. For some of you guys, this has been a mean person in the closet where they had very mean thoughts about you, but they smile into your face. But again, energy doesn't lie. You felt like you couldn't breathe when you were around this person. You started stuttering because of this person. All signs that something is not quite right here, okay? I would tell you if it was only you or if you have to work on something on your own, but I feel like Seven of Pentacles tells me is that you are very self-aware. You put a lot of work into, you know, like every time you always think, oh, you know, it's maybe a trauma, or I need to sit down, I need to journal about it, or I need to change, I need to get better. But this whole situation, this is not just you, okay? You are basically healing from very toxic energy, very toxic thoughts, very, you know, like icky energy that has been around you. So you basically have a wound energetically in your soul or in your spirit, or something along those lines, and this wound is healing, okay? And Spirit wants you to know is you are in the process of healing, okay? So they want you to know that you are in the process of healing. You're going to get out of this, whatever energy this person has been sending towards you, you're going to come out successful anyway. Like your manifestation is coming to you anyway. You're going to find love anyway. You're gonna start glowing again. Your glow up time is coming anyway. But they just have been delaying it with the Seven of Pentacles. Their negative or toxic energy has just been delaying because people cannot stop your destiny. They can delay it, but they cannot stop it, okay? People can only, you know, like, they can only do as much damage as you allow them to. But what I mean by that is if they have access to you. And again, this also calls you to practice a lot more self-love than usual. Because if somebody is on a mission to destroy you or to send you destructive energy, that also means that you have to put double the effort into self-love. You have to put double the effort into feeling confident. Okay, so just double up everything. If you usually meditate once a day, meditate twice a day. If you usually journal once a day, journal twice a day. Maybe you also feel a lot of energy in your body. You need to move. This energy has to go somewhere. Just imagine somebody is sending you energy. You have to alchemize it. If this person is sending you this destructive energy, where does it go? It lingers in your room. It lingers in your mind, okay? It lingers in your heart, because your heart can feel like, oh, I feel heaviness on my chest. Where does it come from? It comes from this person. So you have to alchemize that energy. You have to do something. You have to transmute it, okay? Is what Spirit wants you to know. But again, they want you to know you're going to come out of this successfully. Okay, with the Hermit, for some of you guys, I also pick up an energy where this person has been wishing for you to be alone, to be a lone wolf, to not find new friends, or to not find, you know, like connections, or something about where they wished for you to, again, just be alone, or to not find love, or something about where they wanted your popularity to go down, or your charm, or again, this definitely, again, devil energy, manipulation energy. And look at her. It literally says seduction. She's a vampire. Okay, and you can see like the handprints in the bag. So she has been leaving. This energy has been leaving like a, how do you call it? Like a scar is basically what I'm trying to say. And again, I feel like they have been very triggered recently, because maybe you said no to them. Maybe because for the first time you told them how you really feel. Maybe you are more, how do you call it? More bold in speaking and talking what you talk about. Maybe you have been cutting them off. Maybe you have been telling them that you don't want to be around them anymore. Okay, so again, Spirit is saying, very, very important for you to double up your self-love, whatever that means to you. And again, if there's energy sent towards you, you need to alchemize it. Kind of like I'm being brought to Kung Fu Panda. Do you guys, I don't know if you guys know Kung Fu Panda. I always talk about Kung Fu Panda, but it's like the peacock, the evil peacock. I think it was part number 3. I forgot his name, the evil peacock. And Po was trying to stop him from destroying Kung Fu. And there was the last scene in the movie where he was standing, and the whole movie was about how Po needs to find inner peace in order to conquer his enemy. So something about Spirit wants you to focus on inner peace, something about something about self-acceptance, inner peace, or making peace with who you are, or something about you have to level up the peace energy around you, or to do more things that help you to be peaceful, because the energy that is sent towards you to destroy your peace is also higher. So it's kind of like a scale. Does that make sense? So your light is shining more, your light is starting to shine brighter. Now when your light starts to shine brighter, there's also more darkness, more jealousy. Okay? Because if you're in your corner and you don't do anything and you don't talk to anybody, then who's going to get jealous of you? If you start to achieve things and start to glow and start to do this and do that, and you do have jealous people around you, their jealousy becomes stronger and higher and bigger. So the dark energy becomes bigger. That also means your light has to become bigger. Okay, so the scale is balanced again. But in the movie, the whole point was that he, how do you call it, that he finds inner peace. And that was the only way he could conquer him. So something about Spirit wants you to practice as much peace as possible, to find a way to calm your mind, or something about, again, alchemize that energy. You might feel jittery, you might feel heavy energy. It has to go somewhere. You have to do something. You cannot just sit down. Okay, you have to do something with that energy. For some of you guys, you need to move your body. For some of you guys, you need to practice more things that bring peace to you. For some of you guys, you need to something about alchemizing or changing the energy. If you know there's destructive energy, can you amplify or amp up good energy? How can you amp up good energy? Okay, to find ways to amp up good energy. For others of you, you already have been doing it, and Spirit wants you to know you're going to come out of this as a winner. This person cannot destroy you. They could just delay you. They could just bring confusion to you, but they are not going to succeed, okay? Because you're already in the process of healing. The devil is in reverse, so something about the devil's in reverse. So something about the energy that they have been sending to you, it goes back to them right now in this very second. the energy that they have been sending to you, it returns back to them. It returns back to their sender. Okay. I also feel like for some of you guys, there's something about like isolation. Okay. The reason why you're currently going through an isolation energy, or the reason why, again, where spirit is not necessarily bringing any, but it's about to be over, okay? Because we have here, love is set to sizzle. The chances for romance is high for those seeking a connection. So spirit wants you to know, again, you have been doing a due diligence, or you really have been practicing to be more disciplined, or to practice more self-love. And again, you're already in the process of like freeing yourself from that energy. The energy that has been sent towards you is currently in this very moment returning back to them. The jealousy that they had, and they thought like they're going to destroy you, their own jealousy is eating them up. Their own jealousy is destroying them. Okay, because like I feel like somebody has been acting wild and crazy because of their jealousy. Again, it could also be, you know, like somebody has a crush on you and this woman or this man knows about it. They have been trying to, I don't know, kind of like to eliminate you. I don't know to which length. Okay, I'm gonna be very honest. Yeah, but it's like an energy where this person is jealous of you, or this person is holding a grudge against you. So they sent that energy towards you, but in the end, it's kind of like it's destroying them, or it's attacking them. Or, because just imagine like the grudge, it's kind of like poison in their body and not in your body. So if they have this dark energy inside of them, at some point, it's going to cause problems in their life. At some point, these negative thoughts that they send towards you, they have these negative thoughts in their mind. They send them towards you. But at some point, these negative thoughts are going to become so much that they cannot control it anymore, and it destroys them. It's kind of like where a person creates a weapon, but then this weapon, it goes out of control and fires back at them. Does that make sense? So they create a weapon, but the weapon is now out of control. Kind of like when you create, or do you know those movies when people create like a robot, and the robot is supposed to work for them, but the robot then goes crazy because there was like something, the wire was off or something was off, and then the robot goes like back to where it comes from, or destroys. So it's like it basically backfires. Whatever they have been doing, it backfires. Their negative thoughts that they have for you cause negativity in their life. They're like a walking energy field of negativity, and it's causing negativity in their life. Okay, their jealousy is driving them crazy. Okay. And again, spirit is saying you are in the process of healing. I feel like for a lot of you guys, your mind is healing. Okay, so spirit wants you to know. I'm also feeling for some of you guys, it has been really rough. I feel like this has been going on for a few months, maybe even for a few years. Okay, but spirit wants you to know, because this card right here, it says in progress or in process. So you already are in the process of healing, okay? Spirit wants you to know, and again, the devil's in reverse. So you already freed yourself somehow, some way. This could just be like the last, I don't know, what do I know, the last 20%, okay, before this energy is completely out of your body or completely out of your mind, or something about where you have been in a toxic relationship. It takes a few months, it takes a few years even to heal from the damage that has been caused, right? For some of you guys, it has been like a toxic relationship that you have been in. You have been sleeping, you had sex with this person, you have this person's energy in your body, or you had it in your body. So you need time to like purge it. You need time to so that it is out of your system. Just imagine like it's the same process as you eat something and then you have to like go poop and flush it out. That's it. That's literally what is happening energetically. You're pooping, you're pooping everything out. It's like you're flushing everything out of your system. And I feel like you can kind of like speed up the process by consciously deciding, okay, I'm detoxing my energy, or something about where you consciously decide to practice as much self-love as possible, or something about alchemizing energy, or finding more peaceful energy, or something about to amp up peaceful energy in your mind, body, and spirit. Okay. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, spirit wants you to know your romance is about to evolve and level up. Okay, so you see, this is literally what I was saying. It's kind of like it's like an end boss. You know how in a level you have to like conquer the end boss so that you go to the next level? You are literally in that energy. You are in the energy of conquering the end boss. For example, even on a healing journey, there's always like this specific thought or the specific traumatic event that was like the biggest cause for the damage, right? There's certain things you can heal a little bit easier, like, oh, you know, this happened to me when I was 6, and you go through it, you heal from it, you start to change your mind, this and that and this and that, and it's easier for you. But then there's like this end game, like this end boss, or this traumatic experience that you don't want to look at. Maybe you are really good at healing, but there's like this one thing that you don't want to think about, or this one thought that is really like crucial, or this one like kind of like, again, the end boss, or like the end game. So Spirit is saying you are about to level up. This energy is no longer going to be a problem. Within the next couple of months and weeks, you're fully healing from this energy. Within the next couple of days, you're fully healing from that. You are leveling up, okay? You are conquering this negative energy. I'm also hearing new levels, new devils, okay? So you have been going to a new level. This person has been like the new devil in this new level, okay? So for some of you guys, there's about to be a proposal. Somebody's going to ask you out on a date, or you are about to go on a date. Because we have romance here, it literally says love is set to sizzle, okay? Love is set to sizzle. The chance for romance is high. You see, your energy is going up. Your frequency is going up. Your self-love is going up. Your self-acceptance is going up. Your peace is going up, right? And Spirit is saying it's time for you to experience romance. It's time for you to go on a date. It's time for you to meet your true love and your future spouse. It's time for you to meet a very significant soulmate in your life, okay? I'm hearing the time that you had to spend on your own, or something about like this intense healing that you have been going through, this intense healing from traumas and this and that and this and that. It's about to be over, okay? It's about to be over. And as you know, end this chapter in your life of intense healing because of a person who has been intentionally sabotaging your path or your success, or whoever, whatever, or they had access to you to the point where they even had the chance to sabotage you in the first place. As you are ending this chapter, the next chapter is romance and love. I'm going to be very honest. The next chapter is romance and love. The next chapter is going on cute dates. The next chapter is being desired, feeling sexy, but also making another person feel sexy, where you receive love and you give love, or where you are admired by a person but you also admire the other person, and you admiring each other heals you guys, you know, internally. Okay, I'm hearing it's the cherry on top when it comes to your love, to your healing journey, meeting this person, okay? Yeah, so I feel like for a lot of you guys, again, Spirit is saying, because it keeps talking about leveling up, it keeps talking about like in the process, or something is in process, leveling up. So you know what I'm also hearing, there's something about like you are, again, it's just a few more % before this whole thingy-majigger is over, okay? Because the card here also talks about how you learned who to trust, who you can trust and who you cannot trust, or nobody can ever fool you again like this person, okay? This person has been really good at fooling you or fooling other people, and they can no longer do that. Or you learned your biggest lesson about who to trust and who not to trust because of that person, or because of these people, or what to do when somebody's sending you negative energy. Another lesson you've learned. What do you do when somebody's sending you negative energy, or you are in the process of learning it? What do you do? How do you keep up your energy? How do you keep up, you know, your self-love? How do you keep up good thoughts when somebody is like on a mission to, like, I don't know, hunt you down or whatever? What do you do in those situations? You learned it. You learned your lesson. This is never going to happen again to this extent. Nobody's going to ever have as much power over you as these people, but you had to learn that, okay? Think about where Spirit has been teaching you what can possibly happen if you do trust the wrong people, or if you trust people too easily, or if you just trust people without letting them like earn your trust. Something about people have to earn your trust. People have to, you know, you have to be very selective with who is allowed in your home, who's allowed to sleep next to you, who you are allowed to have sex with. These things have been a big lesson in your life the last couple of months and years. Okay, what happens when you trust the wrong people? How to spot the snake? I'm also hearing as wise as a serpent and as innocent as a dove. Something about where you know how a serpent or how a snake works in and out, so that you never get tricked by a snake again. Okay. or something about how you can spot the fake from the real is what Spirit has been teaching you, because you need that for the next chapter in your life. I also pick up a very, very strong energy. If you would have not noticed that these people are toxic, or if you would have not noticed like, hey, maybe I'm not the problem entirely. Maybe there's another person who's also making it really hard for me to keep going, or there's a lot of energy sent my way, or something along those lines, okay? This person, whoever this person is, they would have affected your marriage and your love life. Now that you are aware, I cannot trust them. They sent me negative energy. They influenced me in a very negative way. They tried to manipulate my thoughts and my mind. They tried to bully me into being somebody that I'm not. They tried to kind of like alter my vision. They tried to kind of like, make me feel bad for who I am inside. You're noticing it, and therefore this person cannot fuck up your relationship. This person would have fucked up your relationship, okay? This person's energy would have fucked up your relationship. I'm gonna be very honest. They would have sabotaged your marriage, your wedding, your relationship, whatever, whoever. They would have caused a lot of problems in your marriage, okay? Now that you've noticed it, like, hey, sometimes, because this person would have like, tried to, cause problems between you and your partner. Or maybe this already has happened. You had a relationship, there was another person, you didn't notice they were a snake, and they fucked up your past relationship. You learn from that whole situation so that it doesn't happen again. Because Spirit is protecting this connection that is about to come into your life. Okay? This protection is meant to be. You guys are meant to be. This is true love, but it has to be protected. So you learn all these lessons that, hey ho, maybe there's some weird stuff going on. Maybe there's an evil eye. Maybe you didn't even believe in evil eye until it happened to you. Does that make sense? Maybe you didn't take evil eye seriously. Maybe you didn't take how a person can manipulate you seriously. And Spirit was like, you need to take that seriously, or else they're gonna fuck up like your marriage or your love life or something along those lines, okay? Yeah, and now you learned this lesson. Now you know how to protect yourself. Now you know how to protect your marriage and your relationship, and how to decipher who's a dove and who's a serpent, or to be as wise as a serpent but as innocent as a dove. Now this relationship can come into your life because Spirit knows you're not gonna fuck it up, or you're gonna protect it with all your heart. Okay, something about this connection is supposed to be protected with all your heart, is what I'm picking up here. But how can you protect something if you don't know that it needs protection? Does that make sense? One more card here. What do you want pile number 1 to know? One more card. Yeah, so Spirit wants to say congratulations. You learned your lesson. It was very painful. I'm hearing the lesson shall remain, but the sting I shall never feel again. That's what I'm hearing. You learned your lesson, especially also that not everybody's gonna clap for you when you're successful. People get very triggered by success, even success in weight loss, even success in love, success in this and success in that. Like, you have to be careful. It comes with the territory, okay? The planet is not evolved to the point where jealousy is not a thing, because a lot of people, they don't go home, they don't sit down with themselves, they don't ask themselves, why am I jealous? Why am I doing this? They just let their negative energy run wild and free, and then it causes a lot of chaos and problems upon planet Earth, okay? Let's get one more card. Anything else you want pile number 1 to know? We have here the supervisor of wires. These are new cards, so I have to like check what they are about. Yeah. Something about you learned the lesson that you need a helmet, that you need like, glasses. Or do you see how she's like, I don't know how you call it, but you usually put these glasses on to kind of like protect you from something. I feel like you didn't take something seriously, like, oh, I don't believe in hexes, I don't believe in evil eye, or I don't believe in spiritual warfare, or maybe you didn't take it seriously, or you thought only other people have this problem, or you even thought there's nothing to be jealous of. Like, what do I have that other people can be jealous of? Spirit is teaching you jealousy is a real thing. People are jealous of the smallest things. Jealousy can become very dangerous if these people have access to you. And I feel like, again, you were like, hey, who's gonna be jealous of me? Like there's nothing to be jealous of. Now you realize, oh my fucking God, this is very serious, okay? Something about to take this energy seriously, to take protection seriously. That jealous people can become very cuckoo crazy. Like, jealousy can drive people mad, okay? Jealousy is not like, or where you even thought like, oh, jealousy is like harmless or something along those lines. It's not. It can become like very, very like, whew, you know, especially jealous women. Ooh, jealous women, they get cuckoo crazy, loco. Especially like when we talk about love, you know, like love or something along those lines. For some of you guys, there even has been a love spell on you. I feel like you broke this love spell. You noticed that there was a love spell on you, or somebody tried to put a love spell on you. It's kind of like when the gossip and the chatter and the negative words spread about you become bigger, your self-love and your positive self-talk also has to become louder. Your prayers have to become louder. Your positive self-talk has to become louder. Your journal entries have to become more positive, more like full of love. Because if there's more negative words spoken about you, does that make sense? The scale, the scale is tipping to the negative side, so the positivity has to go up so that it is back in balance. Okay, that's what it feels like to me here. I'm hearing Spirit wants you to know you're gonna come out of this as a winner. Give yourself a few more days, a few more weeks. You're gonna be like, bitch, you tried but you didn't succeed. Okay. One last card. Yeah, look at that. Where's the Hierophant here in reverse? Where's the Hierophant here in reverse? Yeah. Give me a moment, guys. Wow, I literally hear somebody try to play God. They try to decide what happens in your life and what doesn't. Who you marry and who you don't. Like, she's gonna marry me. Excuse me. Somebody has been trying to play God. Their obsession with you, their jealousy is gonna drive them mad. It's gonna be to their own demise and to their own destruction. They're gonna destroy themselves with what they have done. It's kind of like their own energy is their own karma. They think so much about you that it drives them nuts. That's what it feels like to me here. Because they don't know when to let go of a grudge. They don't know something about... They also don't understand the whole process of like two roses, two flowers can be beautiful. It's not just one flower on the entire planet that is beautiful. There's multiple roses that are beautiful. Why? Spirit, can you clarify the devil one more? I know this reading is super duper long, but hey, that's why I'm here, and I don't like this bullshit energy at all. Something about where God made you, or Spirit made you the way you are on purpose. And these people have been trying to kind of like mold you into who they want you to be. I don't know what the fuck that means, okay? Let me get one more. Where's the devil here in reverse? Let's get one more for the... Yeah, look at that, the Empress. Somebody has been trying to play God. Somebody has been trying to decide over your destiny, decide over your love life, decide what happens in your life. I don't know where this entitlement comes from. Wow. This is fucking bonkers. Okay, I want to get one card for what is their karma, or what is going to stop them, or... Three of Swords, yeah. The pain that they feel inside of them, it's gonna eat them up. Again, there's something about where it's like, because just imagine, maybe you receive that energy, or you do get attacked, but just imagine what it feels like to walk around with poison every day. At some point it's gonna, you know, it's gonna fuck you up. Something about, I feel a strong energy here of these people. What is their karma? One more. Yeah, the World. Something about they're gonna feel stuck. Something about they're gonna feel stuck. Their life is not gonna move forward until they heal this pain. So they're gonna feel stuck. For some of you guys, it's gonna drive them kind of like mad, or drive them wild, or something about where they have to seek therapy or something along those lines, okay? or something about everything that they touch. It's like how can I say that? Something about like I pick up an energy where they're going to attract a lot of unpure energy, kind of like they are more prone to attract scammers because they have such a scammer, or it's like an energy where they are a liar, so they attract liars, or they attract scammers. Does that make sense? So their energy, this lying energy, or this, you know, like hiding who they really are or hiding their darkness, they're going to attract somebody who's just like them, who's a liar like them, who's a scammer like them, who's a manipulator. Wow. So they are a manipulator. They're going to meet another manipulator to feel how it feels to get manipulated, or something about a manipulator meets a manipulator. That's what I'm hearing. A manipulator meets a manipulator. Okay, I don't want to talk about that anymore. Let's move on. Can you clarify the romance? So again, Spirit wants you to know, after this whole thingy-majigger is done, you are ready for love. You are ready for romance. You are ready to meet people. Okay, what is that here? It's the... Is it the Magician? Yeah. What is the romance energy here? And for some of you guys, I also feel like a love spell has been broken. Yeah. Ooh. This was definitely a love spell, or something about like, again, they have been praying. There's something about your love life. I don't know what this is, okay? Something about maybe they wanted your man, they wanted your woman. What is the romance energy about here? Do you know what's funny? These people have been, in case you are in a relationship, they have been praying that your boyfriend or your girlfriend leaves you, but they're going to propose to you. They want to go to the next level with you. They thought, oh, if your partner, in case you are in a relationship, they thought if your partner sees you sad, and if your partner sees you gaining weight, you know, because they have been, you know, like trying, like, I hope pie number one loses their beauty, so their partner is not attracted to them anymore. They thought, in case you are in a relationship, and I have to smirk, they thought like, oh, when pile number one gains weight, and when pile number one, like, I don't know, like, is not attractive or not so successful anymore, and when pile number one loses money or loses their job, like, their partner's gonna leave them. Your partner loves you even more. Your partner's like, my baby is going through something, I want to make her even more happier. I want to propose to her. It might not be the right time, but my baby is going through something, and I'm gonna be with her. It made their love for you even stronger. They feel even more attracted to you. Oh, Panama went gained a little bit of weight. Looks good on her. Or she lost a little bit of weight. She looks like super whatever, whoever. Does that make sense? Or it literally backfires. It makes you even more attractive to this person, or they feel like you need even more love from them because you're going through something, in case you are in a relationship, okay? So it fucking backfires. Because they have been praying that, I don't know, this person leaves you or something along those lines. Bitch, get the fuck out of here. What the fuck is going on? It makes me so mad. Okay, let me get one last card, and I need to go to pile number 2. What the heck? Do you know what we're gonna do? I want to look at timing. How much longer you will have to heal from this, or when this energy is gonna be out of your system. So give me one moment. In case you are not in a relationship here already, I still feel the same energy, okay? Something about maybe, for example, they wanted you to lose your beauty, and maybe you cut your hair, like, when you were, how do you say that, when you were like really going through something and you felt like, I'm gonna cut my hair, I don't know, but again, it was like kind of like where you felt a weird energy, so this weird energy makes you do weird things. When you look back, you're like, what the fuck did I do here? Or something along those lines. And I feel like, for example, you cut your hair shorter, you had very long hair, somebody was like jealous of your long hair, they have been sending you, I hope she cuts her hair, I hope she cuts her hair. She's only beautiful because she has long hair. When she has short hair, nobody looks at her. Then you cut your hair, and this man or this woman, your future spouse, they are really, their favorite type of woman is women with short hair. Does that make sense? So it backfires. Does that make sense? They thought, oh, you're only beautiful when you have short or long hair or whatever, whoever. But what your man or your woman is attracted to, whoever this person is that you are about to meet, in case you are not in a relationship, they are exactly into what is going on with you. If you gained a little bit of weight, they like women with a little bit curvier. If you lost a little bit of weight, maybe they really are attracted to skinnier women. Okay, not that it really matters. Or maybe you cut your hair short. Or maybe, does that make sense, where you do something because they have been influencing you. They have been influencing you. So then you make changes like, oh, I'm gonna eat healthier, or do you know what I mean? But whatever they have been influencing you to do that they thought would be the reason why you are not attractive is actually what your partner, your future partner, is gonna find the most attractive about you, or they're gonna be very, very drawn to it. It's so freaky what I'm picking up here. Number one, if it's not any physical changes, your future partner will fall in love with you even faster or even more because you are so vulnerable. Does that make sense? So maybe you are a little bit more vulnerable, a little bit more sensitive, a little bit more emotional because of this. The things that you have been going through the past couple of months, but it's going to make you even more attractive to your future partner. They're going to fall in love with you even more. They're going to fall in love with your vulnerability, and they're going to fall in love with your humbleness, because maybe you were super duper confident. Somebody tried to like fuck up your confidence and you started to become a more humble person. Does that make sense? Or you start to show off less. Not that there's anything wrong with showing off and feeling good, and you know what I mean, to kind of like celebrate yourself, but maybe they made you more vulnerable or more humble, or more secretive in whatever this energy has been doing to you. Again, for some of you guys, you are a little bit more emotional, or the conversations that you want to have are different because of what you've gone through. And the very thing that they thought would push this person, your future partner, away from you, like, oh, when pal number one is not that confident, she's not gonna get any man, or when pal number one is not that confident, he's not gonna get any woman. But you being less confident and more humble actually attracts the person that you're meant to be with even more. They fall in love with you even more, even faster, even more deeply. Does that make sense? So it kind of works out for you. Whatever they have been doing, it attracts your future partner even more to you. You are even more attractive, even when it comes to your character, or when it comes to your energy. Your energy is even more attractive to your future partner and not less. So it kind of backfired, okay? Spirit, can you tell us how much longer does pal number one have to heal from this? Or how much longer is this gonna go on? Because again, the Seven of Pentacles tells me you're still healing. So how much longer does pal number one have to detox from that energy? We have here perceived success. You see, so Spirit wants you to know you're going to be successful. We have here 10 weeks. First of all, we have here 10 weeks. Okay, so within the next 10 weeks, you're going to feel like, okay, you're back to normal. Your energy is back on track. You're going to feel absolutely back on track, okay, within the next 10 weeks. I also pick up an energy here. I talked about it in different readings. This is not going to resonate for everybody, but December is like, whoo, you know, December you are on 100%. And I'm not saying that only then you're going to feel good. You're going to feel good. You're the good energy, and you're feeling better and more in alignment with the universe. It's going to become more and more and more every day. Every day your energy goes up and up and up and up and up, okay? But there's like a highlight or something about your energy is gonna be so strong, so powerful, that you make big things happen in your life in the month of December, okay? That's what it feels like to me here. In the month of December, it's gonna be like the absolute high, the peak, okay? Of you really returning to all your glory and all your power and stuff like that. But it's gonna happen within the next 10 weeks, which would be within the next 2 months. Where you're gonna be like, woo, I'm back to normal. I'm hearing I'm back, bitches. This is literally what I'm hearing. I'm back, bitches. Okay, where your confidence returns to you, like nobody can tell you nothing. Nobody nothing says is like, you know, you better get out of the way. Pal number one is coming, okay? Others of you, one more thing for others of you, you didn't cut this person off yet. Spirit is telling you, you have to put this person in their place, or you have to tell them about themselves, or something about like put them in their, how do you say that, boundaries, something about boundaries. For some of you guys, Spirit wants you to perform a protection magic or something about a freezer spell where you freeze this person's energy. So find a way to find out about how you can like protect yourself magically or with protection spells. That's how you do set boundaries in case this person is like somehow around you and you cannot escape them. For others of you, there's something about you need to tell them like, no, I'm not gonna do what you want me to. Something about where you have to like tell them like something about like standing up against the bully. Does that make sense? Something about like looking them into the eye. Or also something about where Spirit is giving you the permission to intimidate them. Like if they intimidate you all the time, it's okay to intimidate them. Okay, something about they need to be put in their place, or something about you are allowed to intimidate them. Of course, like don't go crazy and don't go wild, but it's okay to intimidate them. It's okay to let them know who they are dealing with. Okay, and may that be with a quote or with a post or something along those lines, or because I'm hearing something about like where again Spirit wants you to like stand up against this bully or stand up against this person somehow, some way. For some of you guys, it's literally practicing magic and witchcraft to protect yourself. That's actually, let me tell you something. I know this reading is long, but you guys, hopefully, you know, you have a little bit of time on your hands. But this is the origin of voodoo magic. And now the guy with the motorcycle is back. And I don't like the sound of motorcycles. I'm very sensitive. Okay. Let me tell you something. The origin of voodoo was actually that, you know, voodoo was the only way for people to protect themselves against their oppressor or against oppression. They had no way to get out of the situation, and magic was their only way out of it. That's actually the origin of voodoo. So voodoo was not, you know, the origin of voodoo was never to do something on purpose or to harm somebody on purpose. It was to save yourself. It was self-defense. Voodoo started as a way to defend yourself against other people. Voodoo was a way to kind of like find a way out where there was no way out but magic, right? They had no way out but magic. So voodoo started as self-defense. It was never kind of like first of all, before that happened, voodoo was actually practiced to heal. So what they did was there was a person laying down, and then there were people, and they spoke good words over this person's body and good words over this person's mind to heal them from something. That is the absolute origin of voodoo. And then, you know, like the whole slavery and stuff like that happened, and then they, you know, these people were oppressed. And that's when voodoo got a negative reputation, because it used to be a practice of healing, speaking good words into existence, speaking words over somebody's body, you know, that is very ancient knowledge. And then it got a bad reputation because then voodoo was used as self-defense. They had no way out but using magic. So they defended themselves with practicing magic. Okay, and that's when voodoo got a bad reputation. So for some of you guys, Spirit might want you to kind of like practice healing magic on yourself, or something about practicing like magic to defend yourself somehow, some way. Maybe they want you to get a little bit more knowledge about it, or for others of you, it's literally like speaking up against this person. Because again, I also feel like you are a person, I pick up an energy where you are a person, you don't like to defend yourself, or something about where you don't want to kind of like even give people like that attention. But in this case, this energy does need your attention. Like you need to defend yourself, okay? Because they're not gonna stop. You need to defend yourself somehow, some way. Again, do a freezer spell, do a moon ritual, do a powerful healing practice on you. Maybe go to somebody, or, you know, like, I'm just a tarot reader, but something about like practicing healing magic or connecting to your ancestors, or something about a very powerful ritual where you break yourself free from, you know, negative energy, or something about amp up, you know, like your protection, whatever mantras, something about like you have to like, if this energy is like invading you or coming to you, like you have to also practice more light magic, or something about more, you know, like because it is spiritual. So if this fight is spiritual, for some of you guys, it might also be like, you know, from face to face. But if it affects your spirit, then you also have to like do a lot of spiritual practices if it is on a spiritual plane. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I'm picking up here. Okay, something about you need to defend yourself. I don't know how you're gonna do that, or you need to process all this evil energy that has been sent to you or is being sent to you. You somehow have to wait to process it, maybe through writing poems, kind of like where you're still sad and angry, but maybe if you write a song about it, maybe you write a poem about it, it's a way for you to process it and heal from it fully, because you put it into a poem, you put it into a song, you put it into, I don't know, art and stuff like that. Okay, to find a way to process that energy so that it doesn't like, so that it is no longer somehow in your system, in your subconscious mind, in your body, and is doing, you know, its own thing, you know. So pile number 1, that's all I have for you guys. I hope you like this reading. I'm gonna see you in my next one, and I wish you a lovely day. Bye. Hello, my lovely pile number 2. Welcome to your reading, guys. So as you can tell by the title, we're going to look at what you need to hear right now. This is probably, or for someone here, it's going to be an answer to your question, an answer to your thoughts, or an answer to your prayers. For others of you, this might be very old news, or I'm just confirming something that you already knew. For others of you, it might be new news. Okay, so let me see what's going on here. Give me a moment, guys. I'm channeling the energy. What do you need to hear right now? For some odd reason, I'm seeing a moon. I'm seeing kind of like a ultraviolet, or something about a like a dark blue, or like a royal blue, or like a violet. I'm seeing like a violet sky with a moon, and I'm seeing a car. It's like this, you know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing the image of this one song by his name is Party Next Door. Oh, here we go. Has somebody here been partying a lot, or somebody here has been drinking more than usual, or trying to drink their feelings away? This is not going to be for everybody. I'm just channeling right now, okay? And it's a lot of you guys watching, so not everything is going to resonate. For others of you, you maybe have been turning to food, or eating something that you know is not good for you. I'm picking up an energy where a lot of you guys, something has been triggering you to eat or do something that is not good for you. Okay, so maybe you have been drinking a lot more, or maybe you have been eating a lot more, or what you are eating is not, you know, good for you. But let me see. I think the song is called News. Or for others of you, I feel like you have been, so literally what I'm hearing is you maybe have been going back to a habit that you know is not good for you, but you have been triggered by something or by somebody. Or you have been triggered because you didn't see the success that you wanted to see, and then you felt like, you know what, let me just get back to my old habits. And no judgment on my channel, okay? We're just talking about it. There's no judgment here. Let me see. I think the song is called something about News by Party Next Door. For some of you guys, you also had very like loud neighbors, or yeah, I'm hearing something about where you have been like something about like your neighbors really have been getting on your nerves. Yeah, this is literally the image that I'm seeing. I want to show it to you. Oh, don't play it now. Hold on. Don't play it now. Oh, someone here also has been shopping a lot. Okay. Breaking the bank shopping. Hold on. What is happening here? I just want to show you guys the image that I'm seeing. So that's the image that I'm seeing here. Okay, I don't know if this is gonna, you know, mean something to somebody. The 22nd of November could also be significant, or the month November could be significant here. Okay, let me see what's happening. Okay, so the song is called The News. I'm gonna put it down in the description box. I don't know why it's relevant, but I'm seeing he says, what's news to you ain't news to me. What's news to you ain't news to me. And what's blue to you ain't blue to me. Hurt me, then tell me man up. Hurt me, then tell me stand up. Ask me questions, then don't care about the answers. Hurt me, oh. Do you deserve me? No way. But can I let you go to anybody? Never in a million lifetimes. But my love just reached the ceiling. Deep down I want out. Deep down I feel tied down. Sometimes it's my own doing that makes things come to fruition. Used to your bad side, baby. I got used to your bad side. You got a side that's nobody's seen yet. You got a volume nobody's heard. Promised me something, not with your words. You told me there's nobody else, but I see different and I know different. I seen different. Oh, okay. 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 I'm hearing for some of you guys, this could be, what is that energy about? Let me see. So I feel like for some of you guys, maybe you tolerate too much bullshit from somebody, or you're tolerating like a toxic environment because you got used to it, but it's not good for you. Does it make sense where you don't even notice how toxic it is because you got used to it? Okay, or something about where somebody is treating you in a way and they say the way they treat you is normal, but spirit is saying it's actually toxic, or it's actually like there's nothing normal about the way that they treat you, or about the way that they talk to you, is what I'm picking up here. Okay. Somebody also has been affecting your sleep, because with the moon I'm also picking up the energy of like your sleep is being affected, or something about where you don't sleep enough. Okay, so spirit definitely wants to talk about like the things that are not good for you. Okay, the things that are not good for you, and it's time for you to heal them. They want you to help. They want to help you heal those things. So they're saying, reach out to us, write a journal about what you need help with, kind of like, dear universe, thank you for helping me with X, Y, and Z, or something about praying for what you need. Okay, for others of you, it's time for you to stop something. Okay, something about to stop taking someone back, or to stop excusing somebody's behavior just because you got used to their bad side. What does the lyric say? One more time. For others of you, this could also be about you, okay? Because it says, do you deserve me? No way. But can I let you go to anybody? Never in a million lifetimes. So there could be an energy where spirit wants you to let go of something, because it's like maybe letting go of a grudge, or letting go of a person, letting go of a friendship, because it's really not good for you anymore. It's starting to cause serious problems is what I'm picking up here. Like maybe with your sleep, or maybe with your peace, you know, like something along those lines. Yeah, it says, deep down I want out. Deep down I feel tied down. So there could also be an energy where spirit wants you to acknowledge what is really going on inside you. Deep down you want out of a situation. Deep down you feel tied down, but you might be acting as though everything is okay. I don't know why, and that's totally normal. A lot of people do that. We all do that. I'm hearing it's okay not to be okay. To give yourself the permission to not feel okay, because I feel like you do put a lot of pressure on yourself to like smile and be okay. And so it says, sometimes it's my own doing that makes things come to fruition. Okay, and then we also have, do not drink poison, do not do things that you know are bad for you. Okay, so there's something about, let me see what this is. Something about where something is in your hands. Maybe you thought it's in another person's hands. For example, I can only heal when this person gives me closure. But if this person never gives you closure, it's like in your hands, like you decide when you heal by letting go of the need to get closure. Because then you put the control and the power in another person's hands. To take back your control is what I'm picking up here in a situation. You gave your power away to somebody or to something, or you told yourself that something is hopeless or you cannot do something about a situation, but spirit is saying you actually can. Or maybe you cannot like change it, but you can make the situation better. Does that make sense? There's room for improvement, or you can make the situation better or more pleasant for you. Even though it's not like the best situation, but you can make it a little bit more pleasant, or a little bit more bearable, or a little bit easier for you to endure. Okay. Why is the do not drink poison here? What is that energy about? 5 of Cups, yeah. Something about holding on to the past. Looking back at the past, trying to change the past, looking back at the past with the 5 of Cups here. I'm also hearing to watch somebody's page or to drive to places. Like I'm hearing also to driving to places that are nostalgic, but like they trigger like old memories inside of you. I don't know what this means. Let me see. What is this? Do not drink poison here. Again, for others of you, this is literally like, could be as small as like eating something that upsets your stomach, partying too much, staying up too late, things that cause confusion, or I'm also seeing mental clutter. Do not drink poison. What is that about? What is not good for pile number 2? What pile number 2 is doing? 4 of Pentacles. Holding on to something here. This would even be like holding on to a picture of your ex. Now this is not going to resonate for everybody. Or something about like where you still ask yourself, why did this, you still ask yourself, why did this person hurt me? Why did this person treat me like that? And you're very valid to ask these questions, but are you going to get an answer anytime soon? I don't know. Okay, so this person still has a hold on you. Don't let them. I actually posted a picture yesterday by Eckhart Tolle. Maybe Eckhart Tolle is gonna be good for you. I'm gonna be very honest. If you really want to take your healing seriously, because there's gonna be a reward. And let me tell you, the reward is beautiful. It's a connection, it's a relationship, or something about there's something really good happening in your love life when you take your healing seriously, okay? We're gonna talk about that later, but Eckhart Tolle, such an amazing man. He helped me a lot. Like my life would not be the way it is if it wasn't for him. One of the biggest mentors, the biggest teachers in my life was Eckhart Tolle, and even Kendrick Lamar has been talking about him in his last album, because he's amazing. He's just, I don't know. Anyway, so I would recommend you to maybe watch videos by Eckhart Tolle, or to just look up his name and see what comes out. You're going to land on a video that you're meant to see, and things are going to start to make sense, or they could help you to get out of this energy, okay? I posted a picture where it said sometimes surrendering means accepting that you don't know, or that you don't have the answer, and becoming comfortable with not knowing. That's what it feels like to me. So there could even be an energy where spirit doesn't want you to know something, or something about, I'm also hearing the answer is irrelevant. What do you learn from that? So you maybe, again, you still have, you might be still holding on to like, why did this person do this to me, or why this and why that? But spirit is saying it's not about this person, it's about you. What do you learn? What do you learn? Or what has it, what did it show you? Again, not related to the other person. This is like for you, where you get, how do you say that? Where you gain golden wisdom out of that situation, instead of holding on to the pain and the poison that this energy brought to you. Does that make sense? What is this negative, or like, what is pile number 2 doing that is not good for them? Yeah, I'm hearing watering dead plants. I love you guys, okay? I really tried to make it as like soft as possible when I say those things. But there's like, it's almost like you're holding yourself back from being happy because you hold on to something here. You could be holding on to like, again, like old stuff from this person, or like I don't want my life to change, I want my life to stay like that, but it's not really true. You just want it to be like that because you're fearful of change, but it's not really what you really want. You just are more scared of change than you are of feeling comfortable, but not really happy. I don't know what this means. I'm hearing something is overdue. Like something is overdue. or something about you cannot is I'm hearing this end is inevitable, but it's not like it's not bad. It's like you just maybe perceive it as like, oh, I'm scared, or something about where I will never find something like this again. Maybe you're not, but maybe you're gonna find something else. I don't know what this is, guys. Okay. I'm also hearing something about like where you need to let go of something that made you happy, but it was not good for you. And then find something that makes you happy and is good for you. So you might be scared that you're never going to get happy again when you let this go, but it's not true. Maybe that's why Spirit wants to talk about what happens when you do make this change, to kind of like motivate you. This is literally what I'm picking up here. Okay, let's see. What is this? Do not drink poison here. These cards are new, so I have to check them. Oh. The Hierophant upright is order and structure. The Hierophant reverse is chaos or something being unstable. Kind of like when you want to like build a house on an unstable foundation. Or accepting instability, or accepting flaky energy from a person. So it's going to be different for everybody. This could literally be like there's something about you know something deep inside, but it's hard for you to like accept it or acknowledge it, because that would mean that you have to make a big change. But I'm also thinking for some of you guys, this could even be that you are not happy in a city, like you are somewhere and you're not happy in this city or this country. Okay, and admitting that would mean, well, then I have to move. But maybe you're scared of like big changes and you don't, and then you tell yourself, no, I'm fine, I'm cool here, I'm okay here. Does it make sense? Yeah, for others of you, there's something about like holding on to something because you know it, or because it seems to be stable, but it's kind of not. I'm hearing something is on shaky legs, or something about like uprooting. Kind of like when you are scared to uproot. When you take a plant out of a small pot and you uproot it, and then the plant is like, oh my god, and then you get planted into a new pot. What is this energy about? Do not drink poison. 7 of Wires, yeah. Something about resisting something, resisting change. Resisting maybe even the ugly truth. And I know it's not easy, but you know, I would rather want to have the ugly truth than a sweet lie. Maybe it could even be like an ugly truth, or something about like you accepting that means a big change in your life. Maybe it means I need to quit my job, I need to move, I need to break up, I need to, do you know what I mean? So you don't, maybe even this energy of like, I don't need therapy, or I don't need to heal, or, and I'm not saying that you do have to go to therapy if you don't want to, but maybe why don't you just check it out, you know? Or you don't even, you know, for example, even if you say, I can do this on my own, I don't need a therapist to heal me, then go ahead, start your self-healing journey. Because for some people, it's like hard to go to therapy, to just acknowledge that they need help from another person. It still has a bad stigma, even though I feel like everybody needs like therapy in some kind of way. And it doesn't have to be a therapist. It could also be that you kind of like do something that is therapeutic to you, and you do it on your own, or healing yourself, or something along those lines. And it's funny that I'm being brought to Eckhart Tolle, because this is literally like how my journey began. I was failing at school. There was a lot of bullshit happening at school, and I thought my life is done and over with. And I had like a big breakdown, and I then didn't go to school the next day. I mean, it's been a few years, and I went into a bookstore instead. Don't ask me why. It was just for some of you guys, there's also this energy of like letting your intuition lead you instead of controlling things. Does that make sense? Something about like things have to go according to plan, according to time schedule, but whatever you're going through right now is the time for you to explore, to go to different energies, to go to different realms, to go to a different aisle in a store than you usually go to, because you're supposed to discover something new. Does that make sense? So I went to the bookstore. I don't know why, no idea why. And then I found the book by Eckhart Tolle. And in the book started, wow, I'm also hearing something about like when you open up about what you go through, you will find, oh my God, this all makes sense. Something about when you open up about what you go through, because for some of you guys, I feel like you hold it in, you tell nobody about how you feel or that you need help or something along those lines. But when you open up about how you feel, there is somebody who goes through the same thing as you. This person might be in a book, this person might be on YouTube, but something about as soon as you start to acknowledge and accept what is happening within you, there's like a person appearing in your life that goes through the same thing, and then you can heal together. Because as I was like, you know, in the library, it was like, oh my God. If you guys come from Patreon, I talked about a library. It could be significant, okay? Not for everybody, but maybe a library really could be significant. Maybe you had a dream of a library, you went recently to a library, or something happened in a library that is still in your mind. Don't know what that means, okay? So I went to this bookstore and I was like magically drawn to the book by Eckhart Tolle. And the book started with how he felt like he was like a well-established teacher at a university. His life was like fine. He had his place. He was, you know, a teacher at a university, a very like highly how do you call that, like high honors, or you know, kind of like a university that was like highly honored, or it was like, whoa, you know, it's a big thing to go to the school or to work at this place. I forgot exactly what it was about. Again, for some of you guys, Spirit might be asking you to like find somebody that resonates with you and then start your healing journey, so that you don't feel like you have to do something on your own. Something about this healing maybe has to take place between you and another person instead of by yourself. And for others of you, it's the opposite. Maybe this healing is your journey, and maybe another person's like energy is not really helping. Oh yeah, there's a spirit. It's not really helping in the situation. So see where you are at, okay? Now, I went into the library. And then I picked up this book. And the first pages, he wrote, even though my life, for some of you guys, that is the book that Spirit wants you to pick up. It's called The Power of Now. Trust me, it's amazing. For some of you guys, maybe you used to read a lot and you stopped reading, and Spirit is saying, you need to read again. You're gonna feel good. It's gonna make you feel like you are in alignment with yourself and the universe again, to read these books, okay? Or to go back to self-help books, or to even pick up, okay? Or to let the universe lead you to a book is what I'm picking up here, or lead you to a place that you usually don't go to. So I picked this book up, and the first pages were like, well, I'm a, you know, well-established teacher at a very good university, a highly honored university. And one night, and we talked about the moon, right? We talked about the moon. And then he wrote, one night he woke up at the middle of the night. I forgot. I'm just, you know, like saying what I remember. It might be a little bit different if you really read the book. And he was looking around in his room. So there could also be an energy where some of you guys, you have been waking up in the middle of the night, or something about being up at night where it's not easy for you to fall asleep, or something about someone here also had a lot of night shifts recently, or something about nightmares or weird dreams, or the nightlife in general, like, you know, where you are, you know, have a nightlife, or you go out at night with people and stuff like that. So he wrote, I looked around in my room and nothing really mattered. I saw the furniture, I saw everything, I saw like the decoration, but nothing, I didn't feel connected to anything. I felt like nothing matters. I felt like something about where I looked at my life and it didn't feel like my life, or I was so detached. I didn't see myself in my room, like in my furniture or something along those lines. And when I read that, and he felt like his life was meaningless. When I read that, I bawled my eyes out, because that was exactly what I was going through. What he described in this book, it was exactly what I was going through. Like, everything felt meaningless. I felt like, what's the point in anything? I don't understand it. The only difference was he was succeeding, or like, it looked like success on paper, but it felt like absolute shit, basically, in the book. That's how he, described it. And I was like, oh my God, finally somebody who reads my mind, who understands me. And then I read this book, and this book changed my life. If there's any book that I would ever recommend, it's The Power of Now. For some of you guys who already read this book, Spirit might want you to pick it up again, because the messages, or the messages, or like what you learn from it now, it's going to be different than maybe 2 years ago. That's what it feels like to me here. The habit of not opening up, the habit of wanting to do something on your own, the habit of staying in your comfort zone even though you know you need to go out and try something new. Okay. The habit of, something about like controlling, or trying to control something, or not trusting that the universe is in control, or that spirit is in control, or that, do you know what I mean? Who decides when the sun is going up and down? Is it you? Are you controlling it? I want to make you aware of how powerful and how much in control spirit in the universe or nature is. Do you decide when it's gonna rain? Yeah. Now I'm being brought to Kung Fu Panda, where Master Shifu was not happy about Po, the panda, being the dragon warrior, because he always thought that the tigress or the tiger would be the dragon warrior. So maybe again, it's kind of like an ugly truth, or something, not being able to accept something, is what I'm picking up here. Okay, because you might be scared what is on the other side, but I'm here to tell you on the other side is bliss and love. Okay. On the other side is like some magical things happening in your love life. May that be you already are in a relationship, and your love life is just gonna become super duper beautiful, even more beautiful than it is right now. For others of you, this is literally like, this is the blockage that you had when it comes to, how do I manifest my true love in my future spouse and my true soulmate? Whatever this energy here is like the last lesson that you learn until you are now able and ready and powerful enough to manifest love or your soulmate into your life, like a real true soulmate. Okay, that's why Spirit wants to encourage you, kind of like, hey, do you know what the reward is for you going through that? I'm also hearing the only way through it is through it, or yeah, that's what I'm hearing. So Master Shifu, he was disappointed that Po got chosen as the dragon warrior, because it completely like threw his plans out of the window. It took him by surprise. So maybe there was also changes taking you by surprise, or something along those lines, or plans changing. And it's kind of like, because Master 𝑠 said, no, the panda is the dragon warrior, and Master Shifu didn't want to accept it because he wanted to control the outcome. But Master 𝑠 knew like the future, or Master 𝑠 was in alignment with the universe. So it's kind of like an energy where I pick up an energy here where, again, Spirit is saying, or the universe is saying, there's a divine intelligence in everything, or there's a reason for everything. You only need to find the golden wisdom instead of resisting it, or instead of resisting the change. Okay, I'm hearing you're only going to become stronger and wiser as you do that, or as you let go, or something about letting go of control is basically what I'm picking up here. So Master Shifu was like, no, Master 𝑠, you made a mistake. Po is not the dragon warrior. He's a big panda, and tigress is way better and stuff like that. And then Master 𝑠 said something about, let go of control, or something about I cannot control like when the tree is blossoming, you know. And then Master Shifu was like, you know, defending himself, and then he said, but I can decide when I plant the seed. And then Master Uguay said, but you cannot, something about I can decide when I plant the seed. Yeah, that's what it is. So he said, I can decide when I plant the seed, because Master Uguay said you cannot decide when the tree is growing or blossoming. Then he said, I can decide when I can decide when to plant the seed. And then Master Uguay said, but this tree will always be an apple tree. You know, you cannot just change that it is an apple tree. It's not in your control. You don't have that much power to change the fruit that the tree is bearing. So there is certain things that you are in control of, abso-freaking-lutely, and then there's other things that you are not in control of. I don't know what this means in your life. Okay, something about surrendering to a change, or surrendering to the intelligence of the universe. Letting yourself be led by your intuition or by the universe. Something about a blessing in disguise, because sometimes we don't understand. And let me tell you, I'm not telling you like, oh, just act as though you're fine with it. Acknowledge that you maybe not are as happy, or you thought you're just caught by surprise. Okay, but then give the universe a chance to prove you wrong, or to show you what really was the lesson in the situation. Okay. We have here falling. It says the unknown, yeah. Something about resisting the unknown. Resisting change. So the reason why, I'm also hearing something about where you feel like something is happening over and over and over again. And Spirit is saying, do you know why something is happening over and over again? Because that's the whole point. We want you to understand why it is happening over and over again. We don't want it to happen over and over again. We want you to understand it so that it doesn't happen over and over again. But that's why we let it happen over and over again, because you didn't understand why it's happening over and over again. Let me stop. It's like you take a seed and you want oranges to grow, and every time you plant the seed, there's tomatoes growing. And you're like, why is the universe always giving me tomatoes? When Spirit wants you to realize that you took the wrong seed, that you took the wrong package. You keep taking the tomatoes when you want to plant oranges. So it's not like Spirit wants to recycle this situation. They want it to happen over and over again. They want you to realize that you took the wrong package, you planted the wrong seed. So they want you to be more kind of like Sherlock Holmes and look at the situation from a different angle, a different perspective, and find golden wisdom in it. I'm also hearing the golden spiral. There's patterns, something about to analyze the patterns in your life, or to analyze like something about patterns, because the golden ratio that, is, in everything in nature, I feel like it's a repetition of numbers, so there's a pattern in it. There's like there's an intelligence behind it, behind this golden ratio, behind this, do you know what I mean? It's like a divine matrix, or I think you call it divine proportion. So there's a reason behind it. It's not like it's without sense. There's a lot of sense. You just haven't found the sense yet. Okay. We have here the card Psychic Connection. It says your communication goes beyond mere words. Okay. And then we have responsibility, and it says romance is interrupted, duties come first. So something about love has not been coming into your life, or something about there has been like something brewing in your love life that you're not necessarily happy about. I don't know what this means. Maybe changes, or maybe like your partner is changing, or you are changing, or you're feeling some type of way, or maybe even the lack of a love life. Okay, and Spirit is saying there's a very significant lesson we want you to learn before your true love and your future spouse comes to you. Why? Because you learning this lesson means that this relationship is gonna blossom and flourish, and it's not gonna go down the drain. But you need to learn this first. The lack of knowledge, okay, something about like you need to learn this wisdom, this knowledge before you enter this relationship. Whatever you learn out of the situation, you are going to apply it to your marriage and your relationship for it to last, or for future connections to last. Let me see what this lesson is. What is this lesson that you want pile number 2 to know? Because again, the card here says, listen to me, that's the reward, okay? Love is in the air. Love is in the air, a great time for commitment and taking relationships to the next level. You see, so love is already in the air. We have psychic connection here. You receive downloads from your future spouse, something about where this love that you have been wishing for, it's already on its way, okay? But there's just, you know, like one more thing that Spirit wants you to do, or something about you need to have this knowledge before you enter this relationship. That's why we're trying to teach you this lesson before this person comes into your life. You can wish for a relationship, you can wish for a marriage, but I feel like most of us, we want it to last. So if you're wishing for your future spouse and not just a soulmate that you have for a few years and then you go different paths, and there's nothing wrong with it, but if you want the real deal, it also means you need the knowledge that makes a relationship and a marriage work. Okay, does that make sense? So that your wish for your relationship and your marriage to work and last comes true. But your part is to carry this wisdom. Does that make sense? Let's see. So Spirit wants you to gain wisdom right now. It's time for wisdom. It's time to gain wisdom. It's time to become wise. Wise as Master 𝑘𝑒, the turtle Master 𝑘𝑒, or Master Shifu, or something about mastering something, to be the master of something, or to master a craft or a skill. I don't know what this would mean. What do you want pile number 2 to learn here? We have the 6 of Cups here. Do you see that? They want you to learn something about relationships, or something about unconditional love, conditional love, toxic love, healthy love, as well as they want you to learn something about yourself, that you know yourself in and out. Or if somebody would ask you, what do you do when you feel sad? What do you do to heal? Think about where Spirit wants you to be able to answer very deep questions about yourself. So instead of a I don't know, they want you to know what you do when you're sad, or what you do to empower yourself. What do you do to be happy on your own? What makes you happy? Or to find your true love, not in just a person, but in colors, in things, in places. Yeah, I'm being brought to the movie Catwoman. The movie Catwoman could be significant here as well. She had to accept that she was given a second chance. A movie could be significant in your life right now, where she goes through like a big transformation, and something about where she had to I'm hearing she had to accept her destiny and her fate, or something about she had to accept something about herself to set it free. Kind of like, I am not, for example, this is just going to be one example, okay? For example, you feel like you are not meant to have children, but you don't want to say it because people expect you to have children. Or does that make sense? So it's kind of like to accept this within you. Like, no, I don't want to have children. Or the other way around, you know, where you always thought you're not going to have children, but now you have this desire that you do want to have children, but it's kind of like you go back on your words, or you don't want to look stupid to people. It's kind of like an energy where you don't want to look stupid to people, but you kind of look stupid to yourself, or something about where you want people not to change their mind or their view of you. But when you look into the mirror, it's not you, but you do it so that like other people don't have a different view of you. I don't know what this means, guys, okay? What do you want pound number? And for others of you, whatever this wisdom is that you're getting right now, everything that you're learning right now, you might not suspect it, but what you're learning right now is the reason why future relationships and future friendships and your marriage is going to last in the future, because of all the wisdom that you gain right now. You're going to apply this wisdom in your future connections and in your future relationships, okay? It's kind of like Spirit is saying, hey, go to the library, learn as much as you can, prepare yourself, but like with wisdom, you know? What do you want pound number 2 to learn here? What is that? We have here the 8 of, oh yeah, walking away. Emptiness. This feeling of something is missing inside. Finding out what this thing that you think is missing is. Because sometimes we think, oh, it's a relationship, but what we really miss is like this spark, like this fire to be alive. Like, for example, I'm going to be very honest with you guys, but I feel like tarot is my true love. I love tarot. It's just, it makes me happy. You guys don't know how much joy this brings to me. To other people, it doesn't make any sense, right? So, or for example, some people, they find so much joy, so much happiness in cooking. Like their whole heart is full of love and full of happiness just because they're cooking. And somebody who doesn't have a passion to cook, they don't understand it, right? But it makes you so incredibly happy because it's your true love. You're truly in love with cooking. You're truly in love with, I don't know, planting, gardening. Now for others of you, the lesson that Spirit wanted you to learn is like what a toxic relationship is, so that you also know what a healthy one is, or to learn from your toxic relationships in the past where you feel like you could have done better. What do you want pound number 2 to learn here? What is going on? I'm also going to say another thing. Something about impatience. Because with the 4 of Cups here and the 7 of Cups, this to me feels like a person who takes on an offer, not because they truly want it, but because they're impatient. Kind of like where you rush into a relationship because you're fed up with waiting. So Spirit might be saying, hey, please, practice patience. You know, you can go into a relationship with somebody, but if you rush it, there's something about like, when somebody's impatient, they make a decision that doesn't come from a place where they genuinely want something and the spark to do something, but this not being able to handle this impatience. Does that make sense? So the motivation to make this decision is impatience and not true love, or not a true spark. To not let impatience fool you into making decisions that are not good for you, or to rush into something. Okay. Something about, yeah, there's like a lot of things. Like if you're really... Something about where this impatience, when you let yourself get fooled by impatience, you're going to end up in a place that doesn't really, you know, make you happy. It just, you know, helped you to scratch the itch. Does that make sense? So it was just helping you to calm down this impatience that you felt. but it's not gonna heal this other thing that is there. I don't know what this means, guys, okay, in your life. Something about don't let impatience fool you into like making decisions that are not really like, they don't come from your heart, they come from impatience. There's a difference. Okay, let's see. What is this lesson that you want pile number 2 to learn? Yeah, 10 of wires. It's a burden. 10 of wands. Let me see. I keep hearing it. Surrendering sometimes means to accept that you don't know and find or get comfortable with not knowing. I don't know what this means. But the 10 of wands is like a burden. It usually talks about releasing a burden when it's in reverse. Let me actually see. Let me get one more. What is it that you want pile number 2 to learn here? What is that about? Why do they all come out in reverse? I feel like to observe something before you come to a conclusion. I'm hearing, yeah, something about to, like, I'm being brought to a life review. Okay, I'm being brought to a life review. I'm also hearing it's not too late to change, or you're not too old, or it's not too late to change. Okay, you're gonna be on planet Earth anyways, you know, so if you change now, you're gonna see a lot of differences in the future. The time is, you know, like moving on anyway. Do you know what I mean? I'm also hearing something about it's not too late to make a career change or career transition. Somebody here has been thinking about that. But I'm being brought to a life review. Okay. I'm also being brought to energy vampires. Maybe you have had to learn a lot of lessons when it comes to energy vampires. Let me show that actually to you. Something about to observe something a lot more closely. Or yeah, I'm hearing to get to the root of the problem. The problem has a root. Go to the root. Okay. 6 of wires. Okay. It says first place. Oh my fucking god, I talked about a motorcycle in pile number 1, so you guys could be connected. It came out in reverse. Something about success. To redefine what success means to you. And that's exactly what Eckhart Tolle did in the book. And I did as well. Because I felt like a fucking failure, failing school. Until I realized I don't really want it. It's not really what I want. Something about, there's not a one size fits all when it comes to success. For other people, it's like baking the perfect cheesecake. That's success to them. Genuinely in their heart, that's success to them. For other people, success to them is to quit an addiction. Honestly, in their heart, that's success to them. Okay. And then they walk around with their head held high. I'm able to make the best cheesecake. I'm very confident in my skills. I feel good. Because they perceive it as success. It's success to them. Okay. What does success really mean to you? For some people, because they've been going through a lot, to them success means mental health. I just want to be healthy mentally. Everything else, I don't give a fuck. I just want my mind to be healthy and calm. Success, that's success to them. And there could be multiple things that mean success, not just one size fits all. Something about redefining success, or what you think a person needs to get to success. You might be thinking people are successful because they are lucky. It's not luck. There is a pattern. There's always a pattern in the universe and in spirit. So spirit might be wanting you to look at patterns when it comes to success or successful people. Or to look at it a little bit more closely, it's not luck. I don't believe in luck, for example. Okay. Or to study something. Yeah, that's what it feels to study something here. Okay, to study success, or to study successful people, or to study successful marriages, or something about to study people that are very, very happy. Why they are so bubbly and happy, where it comes from. Okay, or something about like where do people get motivation from, or where do people find discipline to listen to those people. They're going to help you on your path to find discipline. And do you know what I mean? And again, everything that you learn is going to be the reason why you open the gates of manifestation when it comes to love, to manifest love into your life, or something about it's going to improve your love life with your current partner, or it's going to help you to make this connection last, that you gain all this wisdom. Okay, because we have the card here, victory, and it says, I shall celebrate and I shall rise, I will let victory make me wise. You see, but it was in reverse. Okay, so Spirit wants you to become more wise. Okay, to carry wisdom inside of you, like Master 𝑑𝑜𝑒𝑠, or to learn about like healing and enlightenment, and you know, like nirvana or what, you know, what they talk about. Because I'm being brought to kind of like you being connected to a master, or being connected to a healer, and let them teach you their ways. I'm hearing let them teach you their ways. I'm being brought to people who like go to a foreign land to learn about shamanism and stuff like that. This is what I'm being brought to. Okay. And again, Spirit is telling you there's a huge reward waiting for you. Okay, yeah. Something about success, or what success means to you, or that you misunderstood what success is really about, or why a person is successful. There's something deeper behind it. It is not luck. Spirit is saying this is not luck. There's a pattern, there's a strategy. Learn the pattern, learn the strategy, and you're going to have the same result or similar results, or you're going to find the results or have the results that you wished to have. That's what they're saying. It's not random. Something is not random. Something, there's like structure and order. Something is not random. Okay, there's a lot more, like something goes way deeper than you think. Let's get one more card here. What do you want, pound number? Yeah, the star card in reverse. Something about accepting the naked truth, or accepting your naked truth. And accepting something does not mean that you stay with it. Sometimes accepting means that you realize, okay, now I'm ready to change. I'm not telling you to just settle and accept something. I'm telling you to look at it in the eyes, and then either you say, okay, I am gonna keep doing this, or I'm not gonna keep doing this, but you have to look at it. Okay. One more. What do you want pound number 2 to know? One more card here. The Magician, yeah. Something about you'll have all the tools that you need. You just need to realize that you have all the tools that you need, or you need to know what the tools are. I keep hearing it. There's a pattern, there's a strategy. It's not luck, and it's not random. And it's not like lucky, or it's not just by chance. Something is not by chance. There's a pattern. I don't know what this means. One more. Yeah, the Queen of Swords in reverse. Spirit wants you to change your view or your angle on something. I'm hearing a lot of things are gonna make sense to you, but you need to like, I'm also hearing something about to switch your thoughts around, kind of like the opposite. So when you think Do you know what I mean? Kind of like something about changing or switching the thoughts, like upside down. Okay, I'm hearing like upside down. I don't know what this would mean. Something about, you know, look at it upside down, or something about like reverse the roles, or something about, again, from the other side. So when you are a company and you want to know what your clients want, you have to think like a client, or you have to think like a consumer instead of the producer. This is what I'm being brought to. I don't know what this would mean. The Strength card here in reverse. Yeah, there's also something about strength. What you perceive as weakness and what you perceive as strength. What if what you think is weakness is strength, and what if what you think is strength is weakness? What if there's something that is going to make you stronger than you already are, but it's like something different than what you know? I'm really talking in tongues right now, so I'm going to leave it at that. Let's get one last card with the love card here. Love is in the air. Why is the love is in the air here? Yeah, 8 of Cups. Why is love is in the air here? Now we have the King of Swords. I feel like the person that you're meant to be with, they might be going through the same thing as you. So if you, something about you're both learning the same lesson right now is what I'm picking up here. You and your spouse. That's also why it says psychic connection. Like what you go through mentally, your true love and your future spouse also goes through mentally. And if you take your healing seriously, you're gonna manifest them, your counterpart, your life partner. Okay. Or for others of you, again, if you already are in a connection, your healing is also gonna heal your relationship, and is also gonna heal your partner when you take it seriously, or when you change like your method or your strategy to heal. Maybe there's like something new, like a new tool that helps you to heal. You know, like you all used all your old tools that used to help you heal, but now there's a new tool that is going to help you heal. Okay, Ace of Pentacles, yeah. Also something about not to attract the same kind of person, but to attract a new person. But that would mean that you have new frequency and new energy and new thoughts, right? So it doesn't recycle, or something about a person's not recycled, or it's the same person in a different body. One more. Where's the love is in the air here? Where's the love is in the air here? Ace of Swords. Yeah. Okay. Spirit is showing me like a fist that is closed and a fist that is open. Okay. Wow, I'm hearing let it happen. Okay, because this reminds me of, this is so funny because this reminds me of, I talked about how I found this book with Eckhart Tolle, right? Because they're showing me like a fist that is like closed and then a fist that is opening. Hold on, I want to show it to you. Do you see that? How the fist or the hand is changing. So, I cannot, I love it. For some of you guys, it's also something about confidence issues, okay? But again, Spirit is saying it's not part of your personality. It's just a chapter in your life. So you're not doomed to be a person that doesn't have self-confidence. There's tools out there for you to change the situation. You don't have to just accept it for what it is. I mean, accepting it, yes, but then also acknowledging that there's like tools out there. So there's some type of tool. Spirit is saying there's a tool out there for your problem. I don't know what it is. It could be an audiobook. It could be a book. It could be, I don't know, a poem. I don't know what it is, okay? But there's something out there for you. It's basically what I'm hearing. The reason why I show you the fist closed and fist opened is because on that day, I had the biggest breakdown in my life because, again, I was failing school and I thought my life is gonna be fucked up, and I just, you know, it was a lot. And on that day, for the first time, that was like my first big spiritual experience, or one of the first big spiritual experiences that I had. And I think I was already reading that book. So the day before I bought the book, because it made me cry. Then I was outside with my so-called friend. It was not a friend, okay, which we talked about in the beginning, where somebody treats you and it's not, this person was actually putting me down and I didn't notice it. Like, she was embarrassing me in front of other people, and then she was like, oh, it was just a joke, but she was intentionally embarrassing me in front of people. So maybe that could also be something that is happening in your life. It's not a joke. It was literally, her intention was to embarrass me anyway. So on that day, I read the book. I was already chapter 1, chapter 2, and then I was standing at the bus stop and I was starting to become very stiff. My whole body was starting to become extremely stiff because I couldn't, my thoughts, I was crushing under my thoughts. So I became super duper stiff because I was resisting thoughts in my mind. Like, I was literally fighting in my mind with thoughts and stuff like that. Because again, on that day, kind of like my confidence was all fucked up because of, like, a guy that I was interested in told me that I'm not beautiful. I mean, now I'm laughing about it, but back in the days, it was very serious for me. It was a very serious situation for me, you know. It was basically crushing the little confidence that I had at that time, and I was becoming extremely stiff. And then I heard a voice for the first time. It was like a very, very soft voice, and this voice told me, just let it happen. Something about let go of control, just let it happen. Because I was fighting in my mind. I was fighting, and I was fighting so much that my body started to become really stiff. You know, my body started to react to the fight that I had in my mind. So, and my hands were stiff. I was holding my fists like that, you know. And then I started to like open my hands. I can literally still remember it as if it was yesterday. So I opened my hands and then I let it happen. And I was like, I'm not gonna fight anymore. I'm just gonna surrender. You know, I'm not gonna fight against these thoughts anymore. I'm gonna let them come and I'm gonna let them go. Again, I want you guys to really check out Eckhart Tolle. There's something that you need to hear, or something that he's going to say that is gonna spark something in your mind that is gonna really help you, okay? That's what it feels like to me. Something about let go, just let it happen. Let the wisdom come to you, okay? Don't fight anymore. Let the wisdom come to you. Let the lesson come to you. Let the answer come to you. Don't fight it. Just let it happen. And then on that day, I had a psychic download. Like, I had a download. I was in trance. I had a download. Like, I had to rush home. First of all, my whole body was full of energy. All of a sudden, my mind was full of thoughts. On that day, again, I had this like battle. Then I stopped. I let my hands, I was like, how do you call it? Like, I was relaxing my body, and all of a sudden, silence in my mind. I was overthinking the whole day. I didn't know what silence was. So it was silence in my mind. Like, I heard nothing. It was complete silence. And all of a sudden, there were like new thoughts coming to me that I never had. Something about, I started to connect dots, and I started to like have this like, it was like a very magical evening, to be honest with you guys. I was like waiting for the bus, but I had so much energy that I was walking very fast. I was walking very fast, and I was looking at the sky, and I had these thoughts in my mind, and everything started to make sense. But it's like, it was because I stopped fighting, or I stopped like resisting whatever was happening around me. So I don't know what this means. And again, I was reading the book by Eckhart Tolle, and he talks about like the psychology behind overthinking. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave it at that, guys. I hope this made sense to you. I feel like you are about to, I'm also hearing a holy grail. Every time I see this card, for me this is a holy grail. And if I'm not mistaken, the holy grail is like a, I don't know, like a magic portion, or like something like magical that helps you to win, or helps you to heal, or helps you to succeed. And I feel like that's what I'm picking up here, where you find your holy grail, or something about a holy grail here, okay? Do you know what I'm also hearing? I'm hearing, are you falling or are you flying? Kind of like a bird who's in a cage and he wants to fly. So he gets out of the cage and the first moments when he is out of the cage, it's gonna feel like falling, but he's actually flying. That's what it feels like to me here. It might feel like you are falling or you are losing, but you're not. There's a twist to it again, where I thought I'm fighting, and I need to fight, but I was only winning when I started to surrender. So again, it might feel like you are falling, but you're not really. It's just like a bird. The first few seconds when you get out of a cage, you learn how to fly. So the first few seconds, it's gonna feel like falling, but you can fly. Or you're then gonna notice that you're actually flying, or you're just freeing yourself. Okay, it might feel like I don't have stability, but it's not about stability, it's freedom. So the lack of stability, you think it is you don't have stability, or you don't have like something to hold on to, when in actuality it's actually freedom. Not having nothing to hold on to, it's freedom. Like a bird is free. He's not holding on to the branch of the tree, right? He's free, or it is free. Okay, pile number 2, that's all I have for you guys. I hope you like this reading. I'm gonna see my next one, and I wish you a lovely day. Bye. Hello my lovely pile number 3, welcome to your reading, guys. So let's look at your cards. We're going to look at what your spirit guides want you to know, or what you need to hear right now. This might be an answer to a prayer, this might be an answer to your thoughts that you have in your mind right now, or it might be just confirming your intuition, or it might be something completely new, okay, that spirit wants you to explore. But let's look at your cards. Give me a moment here, guys. What is happening? I want to tap into the energy. In your reading, I feel a need to look at my surroundings and how you guys saw me like trying to catch a glimpse of, you know, how the feathers look, and you know, like this corner right here. Okay, let me see. I'm channeling, guys, okay? So if you're new here, I'm channeling, and then I'm going to show you the cards here and there. Oh, let's see what that is. Okay. Okay. Give me a moment here, guys. Oh, that's what it is. I'm hearing it's time. This was like do you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of like I'm being brought to an airport, and they're making an announcement that the gate is open for them to take the flight. Then the message from me also felt like your delivery is here. Do you know what I mean? Kind of like when you receive a message, your delivery is here. Or something about somebody is like ringing your doorbell, something is here, it's time for something is what I'm picking up here. Okay. I'm hearing the song She-Wolf by Shakira. I don't know what this would mean. I'm hearing, there's a she-wolf in your closet. She-Wolf. Okay. Let me see what this song is about. So first of all, what spirit wants you to know, it's time for a new journey or something. It's like it's the perfect time. It's divine timing, perfect timing for something new. Okay, or something about spirit wants you to start something. Okay, it's the perfect time for you to start a journey. The energy is auspicious, the time is auspicious. Again, kind of like a notification from spirit, it's time. That's what it feels like to me here, but I want to look at She-Wolf by Shakira. It says SOS, she's in disguise, she's in disguise. There's a she-wolf in disguise, coming out, a domesticated girl, that's all you ask of me. Darling, it's no joke. This is line copper 3. The moon's awake now with eyes wide open. My body's craving, so feed the hungry. This is interesting because I talked about a moon in pile number 2. It says, I've been devoting myself to you Monday to Monday and Friday to Friday, not getting enough retribution or decent incentives to keep me at it. I'm starting to feel just a little abused, like a coffee machine in an office. So I'm gonna go somewhere cozy to get me a lover and tell you about it. There's a she-wolf in the closet, open up and set it free. There's a she-wolf in your closet, let it out so it can breathe. Sitting across a bar, staring right at her prey. It's going well so far, she's gonna get her way. Wow. Nocturnal creatures are not so prudent. The moon's my teacher and I'm her student. Oh man, all readings are already connected again because I talked about a teacher in pile number 2, so I feel like it's all connected. But anyway, so I feel like Spirit is saying you have been spending too much time doing other stuff, although it's time for something else. So the Fool card tells me Spirit is literally saying like it's time. We have here, it's your moment, wake up. Do you see that? It's your moment, wake up. So if you have been thinking about when should I start my own podcast, when should I start my own clothing line, when should I start, you know, like this course, this class, something about you have been asking yourself when the perfect timing is, or something about where you put a lot of effort and energy into something else, maybe a lot of energy and time into your friendship, a lot of energy and time into work, you know, like, you know, your normal job. A lot of time, it's like an energy, but it's like, okay, what is it time for? Let me see. Okay, because it's like the energy, and this card right here says executive. So Spirit wants you to execute a plan. You have a plan in your mind, or you have like an idea where you want to go, and you might be asking yourself when is the perfect timing, or you have been again like something has been taking up a lot of time in your life, somebody or something. Okay, this could also be literally like where you have been very focused on love and relationship and stuff like that, but you haven't put a lot of energy into your hobbies and your projects. But it's like, it's almost as if the season for your projects to blossom and bloom is now. So that means you have to put the effort and the work and the effort into your projects now, more than ever. I'm hearing more than ever. Okay, something about maybe, for example, you have been very focused on weight loss. Now it's time for you to focus on your projects. Maybe you have been very focused on, I don't know, work. Now it's time for you to focus on, I don't know, something else. Let me see what Spirit is saying. It's time for what? I don't know. Because it's going to be different for all of you. But we also have here the card growing up. Okay. Wow, it's time to grow up. Now, I know it sounds like, okay, Cynthia, thank you. But I don't mean it like that. Or I'm hearing it's time to grow up is something about like it's time to become serious, or to make something serious, or to seriously come up with a plan, or walk the talk, or execute a plan. Does that make sense? Something about like, let's get serious about this, okay? Something about it's time, like the time is now just to get serious about something. You could also be noticing that you could be noticing, because it says like that somebody is in disguise. The she-wolf is in disguise and she's gonna get her way, or something along those lines. So there could be somebody who, again, like something about where maybe your friends always get what they want because you go out with them. Maybe your job always gets what they want. I mean, of course, a job is like, it's a different situation, but maybe they want you to do more. Hold on, was my hair all fucked up? I don't know. But maybe they want you to do, maybe they want you to, you know, like spend a lot more time at work, and kind of like where you, how do you say that you work, I don't know the word, but where you work more than scheduled, kind of like extra shifts and stuff like that, where you take extra shifts and your job always gets what they want by you always being there, or something about where somebody always gets what they want, or something about like it's always other people's plan or what other people want. And Spirit is saying, no, it's time for your plans and your ideas to grow. You need to put the time and energy into it now. The season, kind of like, you know how every flower has a different season to blossom and bloom. The season is for something to blossom and bloom in your life is now, like right here, right now. Spirit is already sending you a notification. It's time to plant the seeds, okay? So instead of planting seeds in another person's garden, it's time to plant seeds in your garden. Okay, and again, for others of you, the she-wolf talks about somebody being in disguise. So, and I feel like it has something to do with maturity, where you thought somebody was mature, but they start to become very immature, or you start to see how immature they are, or something about, I'm hearing there's like a difference in the maturity level. So you are growing and another person maybe is not growing. So there's a gap where how mature you are and how mature they are. Okay. Don't know what that would mean, but let's see. So you're saying it's time. It's time for what? For pile number 3? We have the star card here in reverse. What is it time for? You're saying it's time. Time for what? 7 of Pentacles. Do you see that I literally talked about to plant the seeds? You need to plant the seeds now so that you can reap your harvest in the winter months next year. It's time now. It's time for what? 8 of Wands. I cannot make this up. I talked about the motorcycle in pile number 1's pile. Okay, right here, the motorcycle. Something about it's time to speed up the how do you call it, to speed up the speed? Okay, no, not to speed up, to crank up the speed. Yeah, I'm hearing crank up the speed, or crank up the volume or something, or to give your all, or to give you 100% with something. Okay, because maybe you couldn't give 100% because you put some percent here, some percent here, some percent here. Something about something needs your undivided attention, or put your all into something is what I'm picking up here. Or kind of like to speed up the process by being very like, do you know what it means? It's kind of like when you want to learn a language and you learn the language faster when you learn faster. Something about speed up the process, or your speed, you need to like speed up or something along those lines. Or again, to put your all into it. Oh, this is so funny because I feel like in pile number 1, in pile number 1 I talked about a helmet. Okay, yeah, in pile number 1 I talked about a helmet. So you guys are all connected as usual. Let's see. What is it time for? 9 of Pentacles. Yeah. Look at that. That's the harvest. Do you see that? Here is she planting seeds. And here is the harvest. So for some of you guys, it's actually time to reap your rewards. The harvest is because it says grace, blessings, come to me to set me free. Okay. And then we also have luck here, and it says a sudden change of luck is likely. Things are working in your favor. Excellent timing for networking. So for a lot of you guys, it's an excellent time for you to network with people, or it's an excellent time for you. For others of you, I'm literally hearing, so for some of you guys, you're on the journey of your beginning. You're on the beginning of your journey, where Spirit is saying plant the seeds now. Okay, if you want your own business, now's the time. If you want to become the most confident version of yourself, now's the time. Come up with a plan so that you are so confident 3 months from now. Does that make sense? For others of you, I'm hearing actually now's the time for you to receive your harvest and receive your blessings, because you have been putting in a lot of work. Okay, is what I'm picking up here. So see where it goes. If you have been putting a lot of, and the 7 of Pentacles was very significant in pile number 1's pile. What is it time for here? What is it time for? Can you give me, yeah, 7 of Wands in reverse. To surrender or to resist. I'm hearing it's time for a change. Change what? What kind of change do you mean? Let me actually, 4 of Swords. Okay, so for some of you guys, you need to change your sleeping pattern. For others of you, it's time to change something about the way you heal yourself, or something about changing, you know, like your strategy to heal. Some of you guys, it's time for you to kind of like practice more healing, or something about sleep. Something about sleep. Something about meditation, or it could also be a very good time for you to heal your mind or to practice meditation. Okay, you guys give me 1 second. I want to get a different deck because it's going to make more sense here. Okay, hold on, guys. Spirit, you're saying it's time. Time for what? Also something about, for some of you guys, it literally means it's time for you to grow up. I don't know what this would mean. Maybe you know that you're sometimes a little bit childish with your decisions, and Spirit is saying, hey, now's the time for you to grow up. There's going to be a lot of rewards coming with this change, or kind of like to commit to being an adult, or I don't know what this means. For some of you guys, you already are an adult, but maybe it's kind of like an energy where the growing up again could also be something about like getting serious about something. It says wanting to grow and experience rejection of perpetual youth. Yeah, for some of you guys, it's time for you to kind of like let go of something that you know is kind of childish. I don't know what this would mean, guys. It's gonna make sense to somebody here. So it's time for what? You're saying, Spirit, that pile number 3 is ready. Ready for what? Ooh. So we have the King of Pentacles. We have the Moon here. Yeah, for some of you guys, it's time for you to be seen. Okay, so there's something about it's time for you to like manifest money, or how can I explain that? Something about your career, okay? To become serious about a career, or something about to go to the next level in your career, or something. The King of Pentacles, again, if you look at it, this is like a very successful person, either with their health or with their finances. Okay, so something about getting very serious about your health, or getting very serious about making moves in your career, or making big moves in your career, going to auditions, for example. Something about getting a mentor, somebody that helps you with marketing, reaching out to somebody who has more knowledge so that they teach you how they did it. Okay, what is it time for? You say it's time. Time for what? Time for what? Yeah. For others of you, I'm also seeing something about it's time for you to explore something that is unknown to you. It's like an unknown territory. For example, I've never been to a Zamba class, or a salsa class, or a dance class, or whatever. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. So for some of you guys, it's time for you to do something on your own instead of a group. Does that make sense? Something about it's time for you to do something on your... Yeah, this is what I was talking about. To do something on your own instead of a group, or something about to follow like a passion that only sparks you. Like other people are not... Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like you do it for you. You do it because it brings you happiness. For some of you guys, it's definitely time for you to like be very creative, or to let you have like a lot of creative ideas, and Spirit wants you to bring them back to life, or bring them to life, or something along those lines is what I'm picking up here. It's kind of like it's time for your art to be out there. It's time for you to give birth to your art. It's time for you to give birth to kind of like your story, your life story, or it's time for you to again like give birth to like a project is what I'm picking up here. It's time for you to like be the artist you always wanted to be, or be this creative person that you always wanted to be, or to put your creativity out there is what I'm picking up here. To show other people what you create, like to be a little bit more out there, to show a little bit more off, like to let people know what you do, where they can find you, your website and stuff like that. Okay, to promote yourself a little bit more is what I'm picking up here. Okay, or something about to learn about financial literature, finances, to learn the frequency of money and abundance so that you manifest money and abundance to you. Okay. To ask somebody who's really good at manifesting money. Okay, and ask them like, how do you do it? You know. For others of you, I also feel like there could also be an energy where you have been taught that money is evil, or that you shouldn't, you know, want to manifest money. And Spirit wants you to free yourself from this like negative, how do you call it, like this negative belief system that you are only pure when you don't have money, and then when you do get money, you're no longer a pure person. Because somebody could have like this thought in mind or something about, because honestly, why would Spirit want you to, Spirit wants you to be a good human being, and Spirit wants you to learn from lessons, but Spirit does not want you to struggle. Spirit is happy when they see you. Can I say something? I'm hearing like Spirit wants a lot more honest and genuine people to have a lot of money, because a lot of money is like a tool to change the world. So, you know, the reason why, you know, like a lot of people that are very entitled and greedy, they go for their opportunity to make a lot of money, and, you know, but it's like in the wrong hands. So there's something about Spirit wants to bring the power and the money into the right hands. And you might be one of them, but you might be like thinking, yeah, you might have like thoughts in your head about money and finances that are preventing you from manifesting a lot of money and finances, or something about to become super duper successful. So Spirit wants you to like really dive into where it comes from. And again, for others of you, it's literally time for you to receive abundance. Yeah, look at that. There's a difference in this. So this is either talking about like a person who's coaching you, or to understand or see the pattern in rich and wealthy people, or people that are very successful. I talked about that in pile number 2, but it was still a different energy. Okay, to become a student here. Okay, to learn from those people that are very good at money, or very good at manifesting, or whatever, whoever. For others of you, this is what I was talking about. There's like a difference in maturity level. One is the Page of Pentacles, the other one is the King of Pentacles. Two very different energies. So I'm hearing I ain't your mama. Okay, so there could be a dynamic where you are, instead of being someone's friend, instead of being someone's partner, you're more of like their, do you know what I mean? Like more of a dad or more of a mom, or they want you to do all the work and they don't do anything at all. Like you put all the work in and this person's just sitting back and relaxing, and this needs to change. Like something you could also, Spirit could also be saying it's time for you to tell a person to grow up, or to become independent, or that you want to do something independently, or that it is very important for you to do something on your own to grow up, and you need to do this. I'm hearing I need to do this for myself. This is not about you, is what I'm hearing, okay? What is it time for? You're saying it's time for what? Yeah, Six of Pentacles. Something about to get serious about your career, to get serious about money, or manifesting money, or money matters, or again, to kind of like put yourself out there so that people can see you. So this doesn't have to be about money necessarily. For others of you, it's literally Spirit wants you to be visible to people. I don't know what this means, or yeah, to reach out. Okay, to reach out, or something about, yeah, it's time for the next level. Okay, so maybe you have achieved something the last couple of months. Spirit is saying it's time for you to give yourself new challenges. You overcame quite a few challenges the last couple of months and weeks, or maybe just one very big one, or a few small ones, or whatever. But they're saying like it's time for you to have a new, like a, where you have like an overview. Okay, I want to achieve this and that and this and that in the month of June, July, whatever, whoever. So you kind of like something about you need a new challenge, like your soul, your spirit needs a new challenge. So, and again, you can be, you decide on your own what this challenge will be, but something about you need new challenges, okay? Your spirit is craving new challenges here, okay? Because this for me feels like kind of like an athlete who is hitting his milestone, and then it's time for him to set a new record or to hit a new milestone. That's what keeps him going. That's the drive, you know, like, okay, I hit one record, now it's time for the next record. Something about your spirit is craving new challenges is what I'm hearing here, okay? Or to multiply your money, or something about how do you call it, multiple sources of income. Maybe you already have one or two sources of income. Maybe it's time for you to look at a third, a fourth, a fifth source of income is what I'm picking up here. Okay, but you're definitely in like something about it's time for new challenges, but you decide what these challenges will be. So it's the perfect time for you to set or to give yourself new challenges, or to go out there, or to let yourself be seen, let yourself be visible. Okay, because again, it's kind of like luck is on your side. Again, I don't believe in luck, but for me, this feels like the timing is right. The timing is right, or Spirit is saying the timing is right for something, okay? The timing is right. It's like it's perfect timing is what I'm picking up here. Okay. Yeah, for others of you, it says grace, blessings come to me to set me free. So for others of you, this is literally about, you are about to receive a big blessing here because you have been putting in the work the last couple of months and weeks. So let's see what this blessing is. You're going to see where you're at. For some of you guys, you're at the beginning of your journey. And for others of you, you've achieved quite a lot. And I feel like there might be a blessing coming to you very soon. Let's see. What is this blessing about here that is coming to pile number 3? Knight of Swords. We talked about it. I'm hearing speed. Speedy Gonzalez. Okay. Okay. Can I say something? For me, this feels like in the beginning when you learn a language, when you speak, it takes a long time for you to speak, right? Because you think and then you speak the sentence or you say the words that are in your mind. So it takes a while for you to speak. I'm hearing you learning something by heart or speaking something fluently. What was that? Hold on. Where's my crystal? What was that? I'm seeing shells. I'm seeing it looked like a shell. It was like a white something. It looked like a shell. So I'm being brought to seashells, but I'm also being brought to seafood. Don't know what that would mean. Might mean something for somebody here. So the Knight of Swords for me feels like I'm hearing again, show your talent or show what you got, or you've practiced a long time. It's time for you to go out there now. Okay, show your tricks or let people see you. Now for others of you, the Knight of Swords again, it's a very fast moving knight, the fastest moving knight. He's not by foot, he's by, he's on a skateboard, so he's way faster on his feet. Something about speed up the process or something. Oh, that's what it is. Something about where because you learned the lesson, because you learned a significant lesson the last couple of months and weeks, the process of manifesting or changes to happen in your life, it becomes faster. What is that? Let me see. What is this blessing coming to pile number 3? I'm also hearing something about, now if we talk about the skateboard here, this could also be like a vehicle, like you successfully manifesting a car, a vehicle, or something about like something is moving fast. 4 of Wands. The 4 of Wands talks about celebrations, but it also talks about like home. So for some of you guys, the blessing is that you're going to manifest a home very, very soon, like a new home very soon. For others of you, I'm picking up here, the blessing is something about fast, finding a home very fast, being able to move very fast. What is this blessing about that is coming to pile number 3? We have the Death card in reverse. I'm hearing you're manifesting a major life change because the Death card is a major arcana. What is this major life change here that is the pile number 3 is manifesting? That's what you see. That's why they're saying it's time for something new. So it almost feels like you close the chapter or you close the cycle. So Spirit is basically saying you are now ready. As you're watching me, you are now ready to receive or to go through this major life change because you are now strong enough, is what I'm picking up here. Because you had to be strong enough in order to handle whatever comes to you. You are now strong enough, and it's your moment, it's your time, it's now coming to you. Okay, what is this blessing that is coming to? Okay, for some of you guys, the Page of Swords is about somebody who has who's suspicious, or somebody who's who's collecting information. But for some odd reason, I'm hearing something about where you find the answer. Or the Page of Swords for me also feels like major life changes in winter season, definitely. For others of you, the Page of Swords also something about finding the answer. So, wow, okay, listen, so for some of you guys, I'm hearing you were not strong enough mentally or even physically or spiritually to receive some type of answer or some type of download from spirit, but you are now ready. I don't know what this means, so you're probably going to have a psychic download the next couple of months or days. For others of you, let me see, what is this blessing here? This card literally came out in pile number 1. This blessing that is coming to you is that you are going to be finally free. You have been praying to be free of something, to be free of negative energy, to be free of an evil eye. For some of you guys, that was the case. If it is, go to pile number 1. For others of you, you have been feeling like you live in a toxic environment, or something about in a toxic city, or something about where you live was not good for you. You gained strength, you gained wisdom the last couple of months. Now you are ready to actually move. Your body, mind, soul, and spirit is ready and prepared for this major life change to move across countries, across cities. For others of you, there could also be a secret being revealed to you about a person. I'm not gonna lie, this is not gonna be for everybody because it talks about a she-wolf, and you are now ready to find out a secret about somebody that is going to change your life. It's like a blessing in disguise, because I talked about how somebody is in disguise. So I'm also hearing something about where something shitty happened to you, and now you're gonna see that it was a blessing. Okay, so something shitty happened to you, and you're now gonna see how it was a blessing. Can I say something? For me, this feels like, you know how, that's the only thing that I can think of right now, but you know, this one rapper, 50 Cent, how he was, you know, he got shot and stuff like that, and people tried to stop him from his success, but it brought even more success to him. This whole story, everything that he's gone through, he made a whole album out of it, which I think I talked about in pile number 2, how to process the pain that you feel, to somehow put it into something. So he created an album. So he was already on his way to success. Then there were people stopping him, or something traumatic happened in his life, and he took this trauma, made music out of it, and his story inspired people even more deeply. His music, his art was even more like, had more weight. It was even more inspiring and more powerful. That brought even more success to him than maybe the first project that he started. Does that make sense? So after his trauma, after this shit-ass energy that he's gone through, his art became more powerful, his message became more powerful, and it brought a lot more success to him than his original plan. That's what it feels like to me here. Something about a blessing in disguise. So you're now gonna see what the blessing was in the shit-ass energy, or in the shit-ass situation, or a blessing in disguise. It's gonna be revealed to you, okay? For others of you, there is something about how your pain turns into power, or how your pain turns into your success story. That's what it feels like, okay? How your pain turns into a success story. How what you thought was, how something that you thought was working against you was working out for you. That was the whole plan. As if, you know how this is like an energy where people think that they can trick you. They might be able to trick you, but they can never trick spirit. Nobody can trick spirit. So spirit already had like a solution to your problem in the sleeves, or your spirit guides, whatever you want to call it. What is this blessing coming to pile number 3? Yeah, King of Pentacles, you see. For some of you guys, there's something about this blessing that is coming to you again. It's something about stability in your home, major life change, something about being at the right place at the right time, meeting very influential people that are going to change your life, big money coming to you, you becoming known or very successful with something, your art becoming very successful. your story becoming very successful, or you're gonna impact people, like something about where your energy becomes really, really strong to the point where you are able to manifest big changes. Like big manifestations require big energy. Okay, so big manifestations are coming to you. One more. What is this blessing coming to pile number 3? Again, I keep hearing it, how something works out for you. When you thought a few months ago, a few weeks ago, you just thought, you know what? I don't know anymore. I'm trying my best, but it's not working out. And you know what? I don't give a fuck anymore. And then you thought, like, maybe spirit has left the chat. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I don't want to be insensitive, but I get goofy sometimes. Where you felt like spirit has left the chat, or why am I find this so funny? I don't know why. Or you felt like you try your best to be a good person, but for some reason there's only bullshit coming to you. But again, this bullshit turns into gold. I don't know what this means. Okay, I don't know what this is gonna mean. It's like, I feel like it's gonna be ironic, or it's like it's gonna make you laugh in hindsight. I'm seeing this picture, and again, I love you guys, so please, I just want to make you laugh, especially if you have been going through stuff. So I'm seeing this picture of, like, what is her name? This one princess that always talks, is like living in the forest talking to animals. I feel like somebody recently watched it, Sleeping Beauty. Is it called? No, I don't think it is. Like the one with the black hair, the Sleeping Beauty. Yeah, I think it was Sleeping Beauty, but I don't know. I don't know what it's called. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna actually check what it is called. And I don't know which one it is, but it's the one with the black hair and she talks to animals in the forest. But I think they all talk to animals in the forest. Anyway, I don't know. Like, I think Snow White. It is Snow White. Okay, it's Snow White. And we talked about winter, how winter is significant, okay? And there's this meme that shows, like, when I throw a temper tantrum, or where I throw a temper tantrum, or I cry. It's something about, like, where I throw a temper tantrum, or where I put myself in shitty situations and stuff like that. And then spirit is asking me, bitch, you okay? I don't know what. It's way funnier when you see the meme. Maybe for some of you guys, you do know that, but it's kind of like where you cry and you have a temper tantrum because you feel like spirit is not helping you. But then, you know, like, then you see that spirit is helping you, and that what you cried about was actually good. Like, you wanted something and it was not good for you. Spirit took it away from you. You cry, and then something good comes to you, and then you're like, oh my god, I'm so sorry that I threw a temper tantrum. Do you know what I mean? Something like that is what I'm picking up here. Or something where something was for your highest good, but you were mad, or you thought that spirit is not helping you, but all of that was spirit helping you, but it didn't look like it because it was in disguise. Yeah, that's what it feels like to me here. One more. What is this blessing coming to pile number 3? One more. Yeah, the Two of Wands and the Sun card. Give me a moment, guys. Do you know what I'm picking up here? The Two of Wands upright is somebody planning. Somebody planning, somebody making a plan. Trying to plan ahead. As well as making a decision. Wow. Okay, hold on. So for some of you guys, the blessing could be that spirit is helping you to overcome your indecisiveness, or something about to see something so clearly that your path to success is way easier because you're no longer confused. Does that make sense? Because you could try this and try that, and then you're like, I'm picking up something about healing your indecisiveness, or something about this blessing is also something about to clear away your confusion. This blessing starts with you seeing clearly, and then all other things come to you. That's what it feels like to me here. Okay. for some odd reason, I'm also hearing false prophets, and I think it's a song by 𝐻𝑒𝑙𝑜. I don't know if it's gonna make sense to somebody, but it did talk about a she-wolf. So could also be something about a false prophet. I don't know what this would mean in your life. What is this blessing coming to pile number 3 here? We have here the priestess, and it's in reverse. It's exactly what I was talking about. The priestess upright is something hidden. The priestess reversed is everything being exposed, or exposure, or being exposed to the right person, or being seen by the right person is what I'm picking up here. Or something, a secret is being revealed to you, as if spirit is, you know, like showing you like a secret formula, a secret like path, or you get like extra help from spirit. Something about you getting extra help from spirit that makes your pathway easier. Or something about a very spiritual person coming into your life, and this person's gonna make your life a little like way easier, or this person's already around you. I don't know what this means, but the priestess in reverse for me feels like somebody who's showing you your path when it was dark. It's kind of like a light in the darkness, because the priestess can see in the dark. The high priestess can see in the dark. The high priestess sees the future. So it's kind of like when you come across, you know, like a fortune teller, or when you come across a person again, for example, you want to achieve something, a person already has achieved it, you run into them. So now you are in a position of advantage, because they can help you to avoid mistakes that they have made. Something about like spirit is going to help you to avoid mistakes, or that your path is easier, because there is another person who already has done quite a few things, and they're going to be like, hey, as if you don't have to learn certain lessons on your own, you just need to learn the lesson from this person. I don't know what this would mean, okay? Again, for example, somebody who already has been in this business, so they tell you, hey, I wasted 2 years of my life doing this, so don't even do that, do this immediately, so you don't waste those 2 years that this other person has wasted, because they give you like wisdom or like knowledge about this situation here, okay? Or something about you being seen, or you being exposed, or you being spotted by the right person. Is there anything else you want pile number 3 to know? We also have the card here, fertility. It says, let all take root, seed and sprout, let new life be all about. It came out in reverse because, again, I feel like the reason why, let me actually see, why did it come out in reverse? Because I feel like the reason why it came out in reverse is because maybe you didn't, I'm also hearing something about like you didn't really realize or recognize that almost as if the energy has already shifted, but you are now just catching on to it, or something about where the energy already has shifted, but your life is catching on, or something about, I'm also hearing something about where you are undergoing like a shift, but you're not really realizing it. I don't know how to explain it, but it's kind of like where you didn't notice or realize that it is time for something, okay? But now you do. Why is the fertility in reverse here? We have here the 9 of Arms in reverse. Why is the fertility in reverse here? What is that? The Tower, you see. And then we have here the Agent of Arms. I think it is the Knight of Wands. Oh yeah, okay, listen. So Spirit is saying the only thing that is stopping you, or the only thing that is stopping you, but I don't want to even say it is stopping you. I feel like you're in the process of learning all of that. But we have the Tower here in reverse. We have the Knight of Wands here in reverse. For me, this feels like something about as soon as you become serious and you let go of some type of like reckless, you know, quotation marks, reckless behavior, or as soon as you start to kind of like where you always wanted to be a boss. Just an example, you always wanted to be a boss, and there is a boss sleeping inside of you, but you know it. You do things that a boss wouldn't do. And Spirit is saying as soon as you fully commit and walk and talk and act like a boss, that's when you manifest this boss energy and it becomes your reality. Does that make sense? Or for example, you want to be a health queen. There's a health queen living inside of you, but you know that you do things that a health queen wouldn't do, or that a queen or a king, you know, like if you look at yourself as a king or as a queen, that a king or a queen wouldn't do, and you know that, like, you know, oh man, that's a kind of childish, but I'm gonna give in to my, you know, craving or whatever. As soon as you start to walk and talk like a queen, like a king, like a health queen, this health queen that lives inside of you, it's kind of like where, can I say something? For me, this feels like as if like I'm hearing something about a newborn baby, as if there's like a newborn baby inside of you, but it's like it's a different version of you. So there's like a, you could also feel like, man, I have a lot of new thoughts, a lot of new feelings, a lot of new cravings, a lot of new things that I feel drawn to. Baby, you're becoming a different version of yourself. You're like transitioning, you're shedding your skin right now, okay? That's the process that I'm picking up here. For others of you, this has something to do with planting the seeds now and not letting, not to waste time, or not to how do you call it, like to divide your time too much. Don't spread yourself thin, you know, put time into this thing here. What is the fertility, or why is it in reverse? We have the Four of Wands. No, the Four of Cups. Yeah. I'm hearing learn how to say no. Sometimes you say yes to certain things, but it means a no to yourself. So Spirit wants you to say yes to yourself and no to something else. I say yes to myself by doing this. I say yes to myself when I say no to you. So something about practicing when to say yes and when to say no, or to practice a strong or firm yes and a strong and firm no, is what I'm picking up, because the Four of Cups is kind of like a rejection. Okay, let's get the last few cards here. Yeah, for others of you, it's time for you to network. You are ready to meet new people, or your soul family is around you right now, because I feel like this is like your soul family. They are around you right now and you are ready to meet them, and you maybe have been thinking you're not yet ready to meet them, but you actually are. Because I feel like an energy, I feel like a strong energy with you guys where you are underestimating yourself a lot. You underestimate yourself a lot. Sometimes you're a little bit too humble. You know, like it's okay to sometimes think you're the shit. It's important to sometimes think that you're the shit. Not every day, all day. And there's a time in a day to, you know, like humble yourself and calm the fuck down. But it's important for you to sometimes walk around like, hey, I'm amazing, I'm awesome, you know. That doesn't have to include putting other people down. Just the mere fact that you are like, man, I'm good at this. Like, you know, I did this, you know. It's important to sometimes walk around like that. And I feel like there is something about where you thought you are not ready for something, but you actually are, but you are underestimating yourself, or you might be dealing with imposter syndrome. Okay. You actually are ready. So that might be something that you needed to hear. You actually are ready. Okay. One last card. What do you want pile number 3 to know before I go? Hold on. What do you want pile number 3 to know before I go? Yeah, look at that. We have the Ace of Wands. You see, you are ready for new challenges, new people, new everything. You are ready. Okay. You are ready. Even if you're not ready, or even if you don't feel like you are ready, the stars are aligning, and sometimes there is no, I'm also hearing there is no perfect time to be ready. But if you would ask Spirit, they would say, oh, what you're thinking about is under a good star, if that makes sense, okay? One more. What do you want pile number 3 to know? One last card here for my party people. What is that? Apprentice. Okay, I think that's the Page of Cups. Yeah, it's time for you to follow your curiosity is what I'm picking up here. The Ace of to water your seeds, to water your plants. And something, again, there's something about, I'm hearing literally start now. You're going to be so happy about the progress 3 or 6 months from now. So I don't know what this means, but they're saying start now. The time is now, okay? Pie number 3, that's all I have for you guys. I hope you like this reading. I'm going to see my next one, and I wish you a lovely day. Bye.